Oh, man, that Coldplay story is cold. I mean, everyone is saying the same thing. What a cold play by Coldplay. Wow.
I love it.
If you don't know the Coldplay story, we shall obviously numerous times this morning, I'm sure, do elements of the Coldplay story. And it'll give me a chance to play. Where's my Coldplay rejoiner? Yeah. Well, I just love the instrumentation. I love the music of, Viva La Vida, right? Is that the name of the damn song?
Yes.
Yeah, I just like the music on this. Well, listen, I like the whole song, actually. But, the Coldplay thing. Hey, Michelle, can I ask you a question without you getting angry at me?
If you're thinking I'm going to get angry, then don't ask the question.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I don't think
that's
listen.
such a backhanded kind of way to intro a conversation.
All right,
it's like when you start say, "Hey, I don't want you to take offense to this."
Yeah.
I'm automatically going to take offense to it.
Yeah.
All right. Why do you need so many bags?
Oh,
all right, Fester, count Michelle's. Also, look on the ground. I don't know if there are bags on the floor around her chair, but I'm watching Michelle grab all these bags as we leave the house this morning.
Back up, Michelle.
And it's like,
the floor?
why so many bags?
Okay, so
okay,
one on the floor, 2, 3, 4, 5,
No.
6 bags or pouches.
No, right. So some of the pouches go in the bag, but I'm a very compartmentalized, organized person.
How many
Today
things?
I have an extra bag. Today you noticed it because I have an extra bag because I brought something for Hadley and Hudson because they're going on vacation.
Is the brown bag the extra bag?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The brown bag is the biggest of the
But
bags.
even without the extra gift bag.
Yeah, I don't like to put everything in one bag the way you do and just cram it in so that the bag is heavy and awkward to carry. I have a bag that has some tea bags and some honey and some crackers or whatever.
Don't say tea bagging.
Okay.
She said tea bags.
All right, now you're just looking a little bit like a bag lady. That's all I'm saying.
I've always been a bag lady. I like to have separate bags because then I kind of know where things are and I can set things up here that are readily accessible for me. That's it.
But I'd also like to point out that Michelle has no bags under her eyes. So
Okay, thank you. But
oh, that's a compliment.
thank you. After all of that, you're crappy because you have a lot of bags. But by the way, there's no bags under your eyes.
And you don't have saddlebags either.
Okay.
Michelle,
I mean,
highest quality bag jokes we could come up with.
All right, so Fester, I changed your mic out this morning.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know or care. But how does it sound? Does it sound different or better?
I'm still at the. So I complained to the engineers yesterday that Fester's mic just doesn't sound right. It sounds low, and I asked them, can you juice up the processing on Fester's mic? And they're like, well, we think it might be just our microphones are all old and the diaphragms are just dying, and it's like. The first line of defense for a radio station, the microphones. I mean, what we actually speak into. And
it's not like we have a shortage of microphones here
but
in the building.
But they're all old and junked up.
Yeah.
We haven't, I guess, purchased new microphones in a long time or gotten them serviced. So I have the same microphone that I own, and that was actually sent back to the company some years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago, to get rebuilt. So, there are brand new electronics in my mic, and I put my mic. So, I just do me a favor. Don't spit all over my mic, though. Would you?
Is this your mic?
Yeah, don't spit on it.
This isn't your mic that you use.
No. That's a spare mic that I have in my collection that happens to be the same Electro Voice RE27.
Oh, this is quite the compliment.
Yeah. So do me a favor. Just watch your spittle into my personal microphone, okay?
How do you not bring me an extra spit guard or something?
Yeah,
how do you expect me to do a whole show without a couple of huck tours?
Well, here's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
All right, take my microphone out now and put this is the old company mic.
All right.
Put that one back in. All right, so go ahead and
I got to take the back off, right?
Yeah, okay, unplug that. Now there's a little no. There's underneath there's a little twisting thing. All right, so undo that. Take that one out and be careful. Don't drop my microphone. Hand that to Michelle. Put that in one of your bags, Michelle. All right. All right. Now, Fester's putting the company mic back in, and I want to do an A-B comparison. Fester, find the little there's a little notch, dude. Just stick it, dude. It took me 3 seconds to put the thing in. All right, hold on a minute. So Fester, you got the. All right, stick that in now. Plug the microphone back in. Okay,
All right, so this is the other microphone. Was there a difference, or was that so long you can't tell the difference?
You know, I don't think there's much of a difference.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
but then how does it? I mean, it sounds right in the studio.
I don't.
But
Anyway.
maybe over the air. I mean, I don't know.
All right, listen. Obviously, trying things out technically early in the show to make sure things don't get really ugly later in the show.
You never realize how filthy these microphones are until you compare it to a clean one.
Yeah, but mine is nice and clean, and look at all the mung and dirt and.
Ooh, yeah, that's
Oh,
gross.
wow.
First of all, do we still have a cleaning crew? Do they? Michelle wants to bring our cleaning person into the studio like once a week because Michelle says this place is just disgusting. That I think we have a cleaning crew that's provided by the office complex, and I think all they do is empty the trash cans, and that is it. Do you know there are stains in our bathroom that have been there for 5 years? I mean, seriously, I've got a couple of reference stains in our.
Yeah.
Did you take pictures with like a little rulers next to it to,
All right, let me tell you right now. On one of the stall flushing handles,
Oh, God.
there is like a poop stain that has been on there since, I think, going back to when we started in October of 2020. There is a stain on the actual handle, and I every once in a while I just poke in to see, has that been cleaned? Nope.
So I think our quote unquote cleaning or housekeeping service, whatever
Right.
you
Yeah.
want to call it, they do trash.
Yeah.
Because every day there's a clean trash bag in the
Oh, yeah,
studio.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I recognize that. But I think our cleaning crew only empties the trash. They don't clean anything. I don't think they vacuum. I don't think they sweep. I don't think they dust.
Here's what they do.
Yeah.
I think they do trash and they wipe community counters. They clean the coffee machine, they wipe the coffee machine counter, and then they'll wipe like bathroom counters.
Okay.
So those are the community counters.
That's it.
But that's it.
But a lot of times we're out of paper towel. A lot of times there's no soap in the bathroom dispensers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's not-
oh, what was the deal? There was like a cute, attractive, young female cleaning crew member. Didn't we get, what was the story? Somebody
won a prize.
Somebody was attracted to our, refresh my memory on
I
that.
forgot the guy's name, but he won a prize, and when you win a big prize, you have to come to the radio station to claim it.
Listen to
Yeah.
that.
There's a little crackle.
Your mic, that's crackling.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
So anyway, when you
I
win
mean,
a
and
big,
you're not, I'm not touching anything. You're not touching
No.
anything. It's just, hang on. Let me.
I'm watching.
oh,
He didn't touch
yeah.
anything.
Your mic is crackling now.
So, yeah.
And that's what I heard earlier in the week also. All right, so go ahead.
so when you win a big prize from the radio station, you have to come to the physical radio station to pick up the prize. You have
Right.
to- Sometimes there's forms you have to fill out and all that crap. So somebody wins a big prize. I think he won one of the laptop or something, right? And he comes to
We gave away Microsoft laptops. We gave away Microsoft Surface tablets, right?
or maybe he was a rice cooker winner.
Maybe he
Big
won a,
prize. Big
Ooh.
prize.
maybe won a Zoji Rushi rice maker, which I love.
Yes.
One of MJ's favorite things. Go ahead.
Speaking of which, rice month is like in
September.
it's right around the corner.
Jump.
Yeah. So anyway, he comes in and he writes a letter to or email to you. The beauty of the cleaning person.
Oh, was that what it was?
Captivated
Yeah.
him. He's like, "Who is your cleaning person? She is exquisite. I really found her attractive."
It was a Latina female. Probably, how old would you think she was? Like
23, 22?
somewhere in that vicinity. And we had a contest, right? A contest winner emailed me and wanted me to hook him up with the hot cleaning lady because I guess she had the rolling Rubbermaid like cleaning lady cart.
Yep, the cart.
The whole thing. And it's like, who's that hot young cleaning lady? I remember.
I think the staff here, in that department, they wear like jeans and they wear like a t-shirt.
By the way, I don't think I've seen her in a year. I don't.
Within the last year,
It's been a while. That I don't know if she still works for the cleaning crew but I haven't seen her here for a while. But I think we would see her sometimes like late 9 o'clock hour, and as we're ready to leave after the morning show at 10 o'clock.
I think there's two cleaning shifts.
Right.
Not that either of them do anything spectacular. But
All right, 6:10 at the MJ Morning Show. So Michelle and I saw something on the way into the office this morning, and we then had a discussion how it was sad that we were both thinking the exact same thing. So what did Michelle and I see pulling into the office complex off of 4th Street near Gandy in St. Pete this morning? What did Michelle and I both collectively see? We both had the exact same thought. And then we said to each other, just sad that we're both thinking exactly alike. What was it? We'll tell you next. As we just get rolling, going to be a busy Friday show. MJ Morning Show, Q105, 104.7 FM, and Shriner's got traffic.
Good morning.
Wait until you see the zombie. Later on, here on the MJ Morning Show. All right, 6:19. Welcome, everybody. Early crowd, thank you so much for joining us early in this broadcast. It is appreciated highly. Michelle, what is this little hat you're wearing? Andrew, can you grab Michelle's camera, please? What? You know what that reminds me of?
Yes.
Do you remember the guys on In Living Color? 2 snaps, a twist, and a kiss.
Yes.
Do you remember one of the Wayans brothers? You know, they played the gay guys, you know, on the...
I think David Allen Greer was the other one.
Ooh, Clutch the Pearls. Remember that In Living Color on Fox years and years ago? Remember?
Did they wear a little hat?
Well, I think it might have been Damon Wayans. His character had like a little bitsy, eensy, weensy, like a hat that was like on the side of his head or something.
I only remember the little hat skit on SNL. There was one.
Where did this come from? Why am I looking up and suddenly you've got a tiny pink furry like cowboy hat on your head?
Well, Hadley's in the studio today, and she continues to do her origami. And she had made us those lovely origami cowboy hats from a couple weeks ago.
Hang on, I put those or somebody put those on those what do you call it, the 3D printed busts of Michelle and me. Hang on, let me bring these to MJ TV camera. Hang on.
The MJ and Michelle busts are right there. They've been in the studio.
Right.
The Fester bust, my son Hudson took it when he came in.
Oh,
is that home now?
Yeah, and he has it at home.
So some listener, do you remember the guy's name?
James, Jason, Jack,
you have no idea.
Jimbo.
Anyway, a very nice listener,
Jamal,
3D printed these busts of Michelle and me. So I'm holding this up to MJ TV. This is Michelle's bust right here, and it's wearing an orange paper cowboy hat that Hadley made. And then here's my bust. This is me, 3D printed, and it's got a unicorn horn taped to my forehead. So, and then Michelle's now wearing a a pink fur-lined pink paper
Yes.
origami. Hey,
She has elevated the look with the fur line, going around the brim of the hat.
But Hadley, I don't think origami is supposed to have staples. If you want to follow the traditional Japanese art, I don't think they're using a swing line 747 stapler.
I ran out of glue.
But
origami doesn't use glue either.
There's no glue in origami either. It's just the art of paper folding.
Yeah,
Tell that to the cowboy hats.
What did you say?
Tell that to the cowboy hats.
Okay, so the cowboy hats are several pieces of paper connected, so they have to connect.
Yeah.
Each piece, like the top isn't glued, but the top has to connect to the brim. You can't do that with one piece of paper. That's
Anyway, if you want to see Michelle in a ridiculous-looking furry pink cowboy hat, look at MJTV right now. Or if you're driving and you can't watch, you can always go back. MJTV is live every morning from 6 to 10 while we're on the air, but it's obviously archived. And you can go back and watch any part of MJTV, any show that you want. And, hey, Andrew, what is the best way for people to watch old episodes of MJTV? What is the absolute? Now, I've always told people to go to our website, go to mjmorningshow.com, and you'll see the MJTV logo. You click on that, you can join the live stream. Or is there still the listing of all the previous episodes of MJTV, Andrew?
Yes.
Okay, so is that still the best way to go look at it?
Probably. You can also search for Q105 on YouTube.
Oh, Q105 on YouTube,
Yeah.
and you can find the date of a show, and you can watch us again. If you listen to us in the car, if you're listening to us right now and you want to, when you get to the office, you can just search for MJ Morning Show on YouTube, Q105, and you can watch the rest of the show like the live stream or whatever. Anyway, the hat looks ridiculous,
Yes,
Michelle.
it does look ridiculous. My daughter is quite proud of her above amateur rank in the origami world.
But origami does not include tape and staples. I just want to be very clear.
It's two pieces of it's two different pieces of paper you're holding together. I mean, you're not making any creative cowboy hats with origami.
Right,
right. Fester found David Allen Greer and Damon Wayans on In Living Color. Go ahead and roll it back to the beginning. Here we go. And go. Hit it.
It alone gets 2 snaps up.
2 snaps up.
We're going to have to give this one 2 snaps up in a circle.
Throwback.
This book gets the yet unheard of Zorro snap in Z formation.
I wonder if they're going to show the little hat.
Our little European vacation. We're going to have to give the whole trip a new and improved around the world and back snap. We'd like to salute all the men playing the Super Bowl with our special Super Bowl snap. 2 snaps and your back feel low.
Yeah, he's wearing a bunch of hats.
This meal a very special Chef Boyardee snap. 2 snaps and wipe your mouth.
I don't remember all
I
these.
think this workout deserves 2 snaps and a Bobby Brown snap.
Anyway.
These guys are great. Men on
That's
film.
right. That was the skit. It was Men on Film from In Living Color. What was that like late 80s, like 1989
Yep.
on Fox. You know, who was the oldest Wayans brother? Because he lived.
Keenan?
Keenan Ivory Wayans.
90 to 94.
Yeah, so he lived in my neighborhood when I lived in Los Angeles in Hollywood. I was there in 1989, 90, 91, and I guess In Living Color hit in 90 is what Fester said. And I lived just south of Melrose, in between La Cienega. I'm sorry, correction. I lived just south of Melrose, in between La Brea and Highland. And Keenan Ivory Wayans lived like 1 block over, and I used to see he used to drive a fancy black Range Rover back in the day. Yeah,
Those were his years.
Yeah.
That's when his show was taking off, when you were there.
All right, so Michelle and I are on the way into the. Michelle, take that hat off. It looks ridiculous. You cannot sit here the entire.
Why not?
Because I can't take you seriously.
I don't want want you to take me seriously. That's part of our relationship, dude.
Yeah, I mean, nothing
That's-
about any
yeah.
of this is supposed to be serious.
Yeah.
So Michelle and I were driving into the studio this morning. We rolled southbound down 4th Street off of 275, right over the Howard Franklin first exit. We, past the 7-Eleven. We pass the intersection of Gandy and 4th, and we make the turn right where the Glory Days is. And there's a tire shop over there. Do you ever see the sign? There used to be like MJ's Billiards in there or something.
Yeah, there used to be a billiard hall where the tire shop is called MJ's.
MJ's Billiards.
And the
how
stone-
long has that been gone?
20 years.
But like a stone marquee is still there.
Yeah, I've thought about taking it and like putting it in your front yard 100 times. I'm like, I don't care that
So
much.
that's 99th Street off of 4th Street. So, or 99th Avenue off of 4th Street. And that's like a little back way into our office complex. And there's also a big apartment complex back in there as well. So we're turning off of 4th Street this morning. It's, 5:20 in the morning. We're pulling in. And in front of us, we saw something. And both Michelle and I thought the exact same thing. And that was, oh my God, look at that beat up, ratty, white kidnap van. Yeah, we saw a kidnap van. And it was like an older white, work van, like what is it, like the Ford Econoline?
Econoline, the
the
Chevy
sh-
Savannah van.
Yeah, it's like it was an older.
Chevy Express van.
Hey, in The Silence of the Lambs, James Gumb, when he kidnapped the senator's daughter, Catherine, he had like an old, I think it was a Dodge van. So all those can be very creepy, and especially the older ones that, kind of dented. Sometimes maybe a taillight might be out. But Michelle and I then said to we then discussed this in conversation, that it was kind of sad that we're pulling into the office complex area. We see a white, creepy looking van lurking at 5:20 in the morning, and we both thought the exact same thing. Oh, look at that white kidnap van that's just lurking through. And then Michelle goes a step forward. Yeah, looking for a jogger out for an early morning jog.
Yep.
Looking for a mark.
Oh,
Yep.
Michelle, that's pretty twisted.
It's unfortunate that we both had that same thought
Yeah.
about that type of. I
Yeah.
mean, I just. Like my heart kind of sank a little bit. I was like, why is that van like driving like that in this like apartment complex neighborhood? Because that's sort of where it was headed. And, I was like, how do vehicles get attached to that, thought? Like how do we know that? When Chloe goes for a run or if she's walking in the neighborhood, what's the first thing you say to her? Like,
Watch out for slow-moving vans.
Yeah.
But also, remember, there was the creepy van story with a Plant High School young woman jogger in Beach Park, where it was believed that the white van was trying to kidnap the girl. Remember the mother of the girl even called the show. What is this? 2 years ago? Do you remember that, Fester?
I remember it. It feels like it was a while ago.
A couple of years ago, and there was a woman, a young woman. I think she was like 17 and either a junior or a senior at Plant High School in South Tampa, and no, that's what I said. The mother, Andrew, the mother even called the show after we spoke about it, because I had heard about it from people I know, and this was, again, it was Beach Park. It wasn't far from like Swan Circle in Beach Park. A couple of years ago, girls leaving her house over on that side near Swan Circle. You've got Woodmere over there. You've got, a number of streets over in there. And the girl is getting out of her house, and I think she was like running out of her driveway into the street, and a white van pulled up, doors opened up. And do you remember the rest of the story? Like, did guys come out and then they got scared off by a neighbor?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the
think
story?
that was. I think the guys were like in the process of trying to take her, and some neighbors saw it and intervened.
Did they get out of their van and put hands on her, or were they just so close and the whole thing just seemed?
I don't remember.
But then the mother of the 17-year-old girl, she was a Plant High School student. The mother, heard about us talk, or I think she was maybe listening, or friends said, hey, you got to turn on the MJ Morning Show right now on 104.7 FM. And then the mother caught the conversation. Then the mother calls in and told the story, and she was like, hands down, without a doubt, they were trying to kidnap her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to be careful. Just be aware of your surroundings. We played the audio yesterday of the woman at the vape shop over in St. Augustine, St. Johns County area on the other side of the state. We played. Andrew, do we have the audio still? Can you put audio on 21 if it's not there?
Yeah.
Put the from yesterday's show on 21. Put the screaming lady. Because that maniac from Miami, like a strip club manager, went up to the St. Augustine area and tried to kidnap a woman. What? Didn't he rob the vape store or something and then tried to kidnap the woman? And the woman starts screaming as he's trying to shove her into a stolen late model Toyota Tacoma pickup truck.
And she did it.
And that lady did everything right, screaming, drawing attention, and she was able to break away. That happened back in late June, and the sheriff's office in St. Johns County, St. Augustine, they just released that video earlier this week from the incident that happened in late June. Man, that's crazy stuff. Anyway, spooky white vans, folks, with like dents and the license plate light is out. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe,
Have you ever noticed all the white vans, all the Chevy white vans have missing paint?
Oh, yeah.
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 You see the steel, the gray steel?
Like your 2010 DTS Cadillac.
I think it's a flaw with the GM painting process, to tell you the truth.
All right, 6:33 at the MJ Morning Show. I have a very, very entertaining, maybe I shouldn't say entertaining. I've got a crazy morons in the news pile next.
Yeah, but not entertaining.
Well,
I mean, we don't want to.
Well,
we don't want to tip the hand.
There are some that are entertaining. Some are just
boring.
No, they're like kind of on the sick side. So I don't want to say that's entertaining. Sick shouldn't be entertaining.
Entertainment runs the gamut.
It's informative. All right, hold on. All right, you be the judge. Morons in the news next on the MJ Morning Show on Q105 104.7 FM. International Diamond Center, folks, is a diamond extravaganza. The folks at International Diamond Center, they cover the planet looking for the best diamonds. One of the amazing things, when they go to the diamond cutters that they use where they buy their diamonds, they'll look at 100 diamonds and they'll only pick a couple to bring back to the stores. That's how picky, that is how selective they are at IDC. International Diamond Center, they eat it, they sleep it, they breathe it. Diamonds are in their DNA at International Diamond Center. When it is diamond time, engagement time, when it is diamond upgrade time, it's IDC, International Diamond Center. You'll get an education. You'll get treated so well. You won't be, hammered by commission salespeople. IDC for diamonds, folks. It's in their name. International Diamond Center, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, Sarasota. And tell them that MJ sent you. The Kemp Law Group should be your second call from an accident scene. The first call, 911. The second call should be to the Kemp Law Group. If you're just driving to work, you're running errands, and some maniac who's not paying attention, excessively speeding, they're on their phone, they're playing games, they're watching Netflix, they're texting friends, they're doing everything but driving, and then they slam into you, you get rear-ended, your bumper is shoved down your throat. I mean, whatever happens, whatever issues arise, the Kemp Law Group, they've got you covered when they handle your case in an accident or a slip and fall. That's why the slogan says it all. Accident or fall, you call Kemp Law. Allison Fester's wife rear-ended by an Uber in downtown Tampa. $7,000 in damage, neck back bothering her. Stacy Kemp and the team at Kemp Law Group handling Fester's wife's case. Accident or fall, you call Kemp Law, kemplaw.com, and tell them MJ sent you. Traffic's on at 6:36. Shriner's got the latest. MJ Morning Show morons in the news next.
A good start to the morning commute.
.641 MJ Morning Show. The morons in the news have arrived. All right, we'll start off locally. Got a bunch of, local-ish and Florida stories today. First of all, a woman has been arrested in St. Petersburg after a child ate THC-infused gummies. Keep your THC-infused gummies out of the hands of children's.
Yeah, I mean, that's not good, man. And the kids, they're not going to eat just one. They're going to eat the pack.
Yeah, 5-year-old kid. Yeah. A woman has been arrested, 5-year-old, who she was caring for, ate THC-infused gummies, according to St. Pete police. Yeah, this happened actually on Sunday, last Sunday. See, I've got so many morons that I collect, I can't even get to. I had this story earlier in the week. Yeah, I had this story, I think, on Tuesday, and I just here it is Friday, just
MJ Morning Show, your home for 4-day-old THC gummy stories.
Well, sometimes I just can't get. I don't have
Tampa
enough.
Bay's leader in 4-day-old stories about THC gummies, the MJ Morning Show.
Shut the hell up! All right, so
If you want your news a week later, you're at the right spot.
It's not a week later. The story
Almost.
The story came out on the 15th.
It's closer to a week than it is.
No, it's not. The 15th was what day?
What's
The
today?
15th was what, Tuesday?
3 days ago.
All right.
You're on the cusp.
I've had the story since. I've had the story since after the show on Tuesday. So the first day we would have been able to do this would have been Wednesday morning, and here we are 2 days later on Friday morning. Anyway, the point is, it doesn't matter if it's a couple of days old. If you enjoy THC-infused candies and gummies, keep them out of the availability and line of sight of little 5-year-old kids. That's the moral of the story.
That message is timeless, regardless if our news is 48 hours late.
Shut up. Of course, it's a timeless message.
Timeless.
Yeah, 5-year-old was taken to the hospital after the 5-year-old was being lethargic and very slow. Yeah, it happened Sunday about 10:30 p.m.
What does the hospital do besides, give her a Gatorade and put her to bed?
Officers, St. Pete Police showed up, responded to the hospital after they learned that the girl had ingested THC gummies. Okay. So obviously the medical staff at the hospital in St. Pete, they called the police and said, hey, we got a 5-year-old here that's high as a kite because the 5-year-old ate, THC gummies. Danielle Newton, 24 years old, has been arrested for child neglect, causing bodily harm to a 5-year-old who she was caring for. Yeah, the 5-year-old actually stayed in the hospital apparently for a couple of days. The incident happened Sunday. The kid was taken to the hospital Sunday night about 10:30. And then as of Tuesday, the kid was still in the hospital. I would imagine the THC would run through the system at that point, but still, this babysitter caretaker, she's in trouble.
If we had a story that was, from today, maybe we would know if she was still in the hospital.
We stop it, Professor. Jeez.
48-hour late news.
All right, why do people shove stuff up their butt?
Okay, hold on. There's a variety. I was thinking about that the other day.
What?
What?
Smuggling. Not that I'm into the smuggling, but
the latest butt stuffing story.
Okay,
if that's your last option.
What?
you can say that.
What, butt stuffing?
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with butt stuffing. It's something else you said that was a little.
You were way out of bounds.
Yeah, there was something else you said that was pretty questionable, and that's what caused the guy to freak out and start yelling.
Yes. When are you all going to get rid of Michelle?
Yeah.
And she's just ranting and raving.
She's out of control.
You all need to get rid of her.
Why?
And she's out of control.
Yeah.
She's riding on MJ's coattails too long.
Oh, yeah. Yep, absolutely. Anyway, from the Villages, just north of the Tampa Bay area, a guy riding a stolen motorcycle also was found to have methamphetamine shoved up his butt.
Idea. That wouldn't be the ideal vehicle to keister something with.
Right.
Aren't motorcycles kind of bumpy and
Well,
yes.
they vibrate.
the engine's right
You
there?
can shake it right out of there.
Yeah.
If you're
or, you know.
or what?
Push it in deeper.
I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe part of that's the reason why.
Yeah. Kai Cameron Huff. Kai, Kai, Cameron Huff, 36 years old.
Isn't that Kia?
It's Kai.
How does Kia spell?
Are you serious?
K-A-I-K. Kia's K-I-A.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
I don't know.
Thank you, genius. Yeah. Kai,
Oh.
Kai, Cameron Huff, 36 years old. He's from Inverness, and he was driving a pickup truck about 12:30 a.m. on Wednesday, traveling on County Road 475, when he began driving right at a sheriff's deputy's patrol car, which was headed in the opposite direction. The deputy had to take evasive action to avoid getting hit head-on by the pickup truck, and then did a U-E, flipped around, and the sheriff's office deputy then has to pursue the pickup truck that almost, head-on him. So the pursuit is on. During the traffic stop, the deputy noticed a burnt piece of aluminum foil and a small silver spoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, might be an indication of drugs and drug use.
Nope. You can pat me down. You won't find it.
The deputy also noticed the odor of marijuana coming from the pickup. A search of the truck turned up about 4 grams of marijuana and I guess a container that held plastic dime-sized baggies, aluminum foil, and cut plastic straws with residue of fentanyl.
Yeah, but when does the butt smuggling get in?
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
We're about to. This was the pickup. Then we're about to get to the motorcycle. The deputy discovered a black Yamaha Virago motorcycle strapped down in the bed of the pickup truck. So then, obviously, they ran the VIN, the vehicle identification number of the motorcycle, and that came back as stolen.
Oh, he wasn't riding the motorcycle.
No. He was in
Okay,
a
that makes
pickup,
sense.
but I'm sure at some point he was going to ride the motorcycle.
After I pull this drugs out of my butt.
Right.
Yeah, I hate to do both.
So the motorcycle was ripped off from a parking lot of an apartment complex in Lady Lake, Florida. Yeah, the motorcycle was missing the assigned license plate, and there were other motorcycle parts in the bed of the truck. Anyway, this guy was booked into the Sumter County Jail, and when they got him into the Sumter County Detention Center,
The spread him and cough.
that's when they found that he had meth shoved up his butt.
Ugh.
Butt shover. Booked on multiple drug charges and a felony charge of the theft of a motor vehicle. Plus, I'm sure he was also hit with introducing contraband into a jail facility. That's an enhanced charge. That's why the cops a lot of times say, is there something else that you have? Because it's going to get a lot worse for you if they find it when we take you to the jail. So again,
Meth is not like that rare coffee bean that like animals eat and poop out, and it makes it really great.
all right, wait, Fester, really?
Isn't that's a real thing, isn't it?
What?
There's a coffee bean.
Why? How are you relating that to this guy with meth rock shoved up his butt?
Because everything.
Fester, just stop.
It's the keister.
It's
the keister. It's the butt.
There's no correlation.
Yes, it
here.
is.
No, there's not. A rock of meth and a coffee bean that an animal eats in some South American jungle and then poops out.
They all
and then
come from the same
it's
spot.
Some
Yeah.
delicacy.
They all exited the same area.
That was a stretch. What was that, Andrew? What did you say? All right, the coffee that comes out of an animal's butt. Which animal eats the coffee? Oh, civets. Are those like little? Like the civet is like a what do you compare a civet to?
Like a gerbil?
No. God, are they like a rodent? Is a civet a rodent?
It looks like one.
Yeah,
A civet. I didn't know the name of the animal. I just know that it exists to make coffee.
All right, this is another weird one. This is, again, we've got a lot of Florida morons in the news today. And you know what? I think Florida might be the leading state of people shoving drugs up their butt. I think we might be number one. We need a big, number one foam finger.
Yeah, not a number one finger, because you know where they're going to put that finger.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe, put a glove on then. put a glove over your number one foam finger.
You give me a pointer finger.
This is nuts. A
hide it.
solar panel salesman shoved a homeowner to the ground in Sarasota. I don't think that's a way to get the sale.
No.
It's a hard close.
I don't know if you're going to close the sale by getting into a fight and shoving a homeowner to the ground if you're trying to move him into solar panels.
You don't think that was part of the strategy or technique they taught at the training when they hired the person?
Oh, man.
First thing you say is, nice to meet you. Second thing you do is push him to the ground when they say no.
Good tackle.
You kick him.
So the doorbell rings. Homeowner goes to the door. It's dinner time, apparently. The woman, the homeowner, Carrie Nell, opens the door. There's a guy that's at the door. Then suddenly the guy, I guess, comes into her foyer. He's got a cell phone. Apparently he was a door-to-door solar panel salesman. So Ms. Nell says, quote, tells Channel 8, he never looked me in the eye, never identified himself. He had nothing in his hands but his phone. The guy, walks into her, foyer area, into what's going on here? So...
Was she targeted?
She said, I'm not interested in whatever you're selling, and shuts the door. Then the guy continues to knock. Then he's pounding on the doorbell. And then he's yelling through her door. So Ms. Nell, Knell, says, I'm not interested with what you're selling. Please go away and get off my property. Then she says the man was cursing at her and her wife. So Ms. Nell has...
Good for them.
A wife.
Yeah, sure. All right.
Then it turned violent after, I guess, the salesperson grabbed her walking stick. He lunged for the stick, and then we had a whole back and forth. He's trying to swing me off the stick. They were cursing. They were swearing. There was wrestling.
Yeah, but the whole time he's telling her how much money she can save off of her electric bill.
She's trying to get control of her walking stick. What the hell? So she gets knocked to the ground, hits her head on the concrete walkway. This is insane. The whole thing started in her foyer. Then it's down her sidewalk at the front of her driveway.
This is not a good solar sale.
No, this is not how to close the deal. Yeah. So she then calls police. The solar salesman was identified as Robert Kovacs. Wonder if any relation to Andy.
You know what? He might. A couple of loose cannons right there.
What the hell's that guy doing these days?
I don't
know. After sharing her story, Nell has learned that multiple neighbors, I guess, had similar encounters with the same solar salesman. What a freaking menace.
It's a high-pressure job, man. Knocking on doors, trying to close solar deals.
Court records show less than 2 months ago in Charlotte County, Kovacs was shot at by a homeowner while doing door-to-door sales in Port Charlotte. So a homeowner shot at this guy.
You know how to get rid of these door solicitors, right?
No, how?
Yeah.
You ever have anybody knock on your door? What you do when they knock?
Yeah.
First thing you do before they even get into their spiel? And here's what we do. What do we do? Hadley, what do we do? We say? What do we say? Hold on.
I got a break.
We're renters.
Yeah. Yeah. You tell them you're right. Yeah.
right.
Now you're going to talk for 30 seconds.
6:55 at the
Plenty of time.
MJ Morning Show. I'm running.
We got plenty of time.
We don't have plenty of
So
time.
we start at 7:01.
All right, 6:55 at the MJ Morning Show. All right, back in a second. Early morons in the news on the MJ Morning Show. Zero Res has an offer for you that you can't refuse. Zero Res and the 15% off sale is on now. 15% off everything. 15% off carpet cleaning. 15% off air duct cleaning. Hey, when was the last time your air ducts were cleaned? You know, what is growing? What kind of filthy heebie-jeebies are all jammed up in your air ducts? Professional air duct cleaning from Zero Res, 15% off. Grout and tile cleaning, 15% off. What about upholstery cleaning? 15% off. Grout and tile cleaning, 15% off. If you've been waiting to clean your home up, make those carpets look brand new, now's the time because everything is 15% off with Zero Res. They use the ZR water system. They do not use the heavy soap, shampoos, and chemicals that leave a residue. Zero Res is at ZeroResTampaBay.com. Get the phone number on the website, call them up, make an appointment. Get 15% off. Mention the MJ Morning Show. You got to mention the MJ Morning Show. ZeroResTampaBay.com. 15% off everything for a limited time. ZeroResTampaBay.com. Tell them MJ sent you. How'd you like 10% off anything garage door related over at Banco Doors? Listen, you've heard me talk about Banco. Banco is the absolute best. When it comes to anything garage doors, Banco does it at my house. The only company that I'm going to use. They've been around since the 80s. Over 40 years in business. Banco overhead doors, whether you need a repair for a spring, that's number one. Number one service call is the dreaded broken garage door spring. Don't get hosed by another company. Don't get ripped off. Get a spring repair quickly at a very fair price from the pros at Banco. What about a new garage door? Right now, you can get up to $250 off on a brand new Clopay garage door. Maybe you want a hurricane-rated door. Maybe you want to just juice up the curb appeal at your house. Get a new garage door. Maybe yours is all bashed in and dented. Maybe it's been hit with the car 19 times. Anything garage door related, it's BancoDoors.com. BancoDoors.com. Bank on the best. Bank on Banco. And tell them that MJ sent you. Traffic's on at 6:58. Let's grab Shriner with the latest. Back in minutes.
A good start.
Here we go. 7:02 at the MJ Morning Show on a Friday. Going to take a little time off next week, so we're putting together remarkable best of programs. Most likely, you will hear things that you've never heard before because we mix it up. We take things that ran at different times and move stuff around. And Andrew always does a phenomenal job putting together the MJ best ofs. All right, couple of things that I want to get into, including why the hell do people not want to work these days? Did you see the story of a woman that was the only employee at a Burger King in South Carolina?
You know, it just seems like it's more and more common where the whole staff calls off, or there's only 2 or 3 people there in the first place.
Right.
How do you do that? I mean, so she's got to cook the food. She's got to run the register. Is she she's doing the drive-through? Can you imagine that?
I feel like I've been to restaurants before where there might have been one person working.
What is that saying? A one-armed paper hanger?
What?
You never.
You're about as useless as a one-armed
No,
paper hanger.
no.
What is that? I don't know.
No, it's like it's like as jammed as a one-armed paper hanger.
I never heard that.
Yeah.
Is that really a thing?
Someone who's extremely busy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're like a one-armed paper hanger.
Yeah.
An idiom used to describe someone who is extremely busy or overwhelmed.
Yeah.
See, I like to use, I'm like a one-armed man in a karate chopping competition.
Right.
Hey, you busy right now? Am I busy? I'm like a one-armed man in a karate chopping competition. How busy is that guy? He's one arm and he's got competition, karate chop, everything. Busy as hell. Who's busier than that guy? Yeah.
That one I understand.
Yeah.
The other ones requires a little more like,
One-armed paper hanger. What the hell's that? Who's hanging paper?
who's hanging paper?
But, a karate chopping competition.
Yeah.
I could go. I'd go to that.
Let me ask you, do people still use wallpaper?
Yes. Yes.
Hold on. So what are you, an interior decorator now?
You know what? It just, as a matter of fact, it popped up in my feed the other day, like, what the new trends for, renovation or house, home trends or whatever. And they were showing you wallpaper that was placed here and there, and the colors and the patterns.
I remember when I was a kid
that
my mom had to have wallpaper everywhere. And that was kind of an art, hanging wallpaper, because you had to make sure the seams looked good.
It still is an art, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
I do realize that.
Oh, that's what a paper hanger is.
Yeah, a wallpaper hanger.
I had no idea. I was thinking who hangs paper? That wallpaper. Oh, okay. I get it now.
You ever live in a house with wallpaper?
I think we had a bathroom with wallpaper in it. Yeah.
But back when I was a kid growing up, 70s, 80s, even my parents' house, in the early 90s, my mom had to have freaking wallpaper everywhere. Like at our house, we built our house in 2005. We have zero wallpaper in the entire house.
Right.
There was no wallpaper anywhere.
Because you're anti-wallpaper.
But wait a sec. But I don't think people were really doing it.
They were.
Did wallpaper have a lull, and then is it coming back? Or listen, I'm telling you right now, wallpaper is nowhere near as popular as it was decades ago.
I think you're wrong. I think it's still very popular, but I also think that it's very expensive.
And it's regional. I mean,
yes.
Florida houses are block houses. So if you have block walls, you generally don't see that.
You don't have block walls inside.
No, what's underneath it?
What are you saying?
But even with the drywall or the orange peel or whatever they put on the wall, whatever texture.
It's drywall.
Yeah, but in block houses, it seems like it
has nothing to do with block houses.
You don't think?
I remember there was we had an interior room that was like a built-out room. That was the bathroom, and that's the one that had the wallpaper.
You know what we need to do?
Yeah.
Open a wallpaper store.
No, we need to have an interior decorator call us right now and tell us if wallpaper is still in. All right. Are you how do we get to this from freaking a Burger King in South Carolina with one lady working?
You're not going to believe this. So we have the home shows. Our company owns the home shows.
Yeah.
You got to see it. You got to go. Right?
America's largest home show. Our company owns the home show.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and then anyway, I went to one of them, years ago, and they had a seminar on how to hang wallpaper. And there was 50 people in the audience. We're all, he's talking about the latest and greatest wallpaper trends. This is like in 2021, 2022. But it's still a thing because it sets a whole different vibe for the room.
Yeah. it allows you to have texture, not just a paint color or even a pattern. It's beyond that.
All right, hang on. We'll get
Okay.
back. We'll get back on track to South Carolina Burger King person, the only one working in the whole damn restaurant because no one else wants to work. We'll get back to that in a second. But first, let's go to Jay, who's a contractor, who I guess wants to comment on wallpaper. Hello, Jay. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey guys, how you doing this morning?
We're well, Jay. Are you a home builder?
So I work for a contractor. I'm just a project manager, but I was listening to the show, and I was calling to tell you that wallpaper is 100% making a comeback. And I mean like wallpaper in the 80s. There's a lot of people out here doing the burlap or old knapsack wallpaper. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah,
People
like a
are out here
textured
putting
look.
old potato sacks on their wall.
Yeah, because it gives that rustic grid pattern.
So, Jay, you're
yeah.
you're a project manager. What part of town?
Palm Harbor,
All right, so
Dallas County.
so mostly Pinellas County projects. And how many homes are you a project manager for right now?
We probably got about 10 things going on right now.
Are these new construction or are these remodels or both?
A little bit of both. You know, we got a couple full additions going on right now, and a lot of the work right now is still people putting their homes back together after the storm.
Yeah,
last
no,
year.
I understand that, and I sympathize with all that have to deal with that still. Not to mention some of the problems people are running into with building permits and all the shenanigans going on, like up in Port Richey and St. Pete Beach, and all the the slow rolling on getting people permitted so they can put their lives back together.
Yeah.
And we got to get into what's going on at Port Richey. I'm hearing stories about Port Richey government and issues with permitting and people. A lot of people are calling shenanigans up in Port Richey. We ought to do a full MJ Morning Show investigation on that. Hey, Jay, thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Have a great one. All right. Well, look at that. He works for a contractor. He's a project manager, and he's saying that wallpaper's making a full-on comeback.
Wow, and he got updated on Port Richey politics. That's great.
And all and all of that because what did I say that? The Burger King lady was working harder than a one-arm paper hanger.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could have it your way, you better get that order right. Because she's the only one working. Poor lady.
This is nuts. Burger King worker, a mom of 3. Her name is Nikea Hamilton. She had to run a South Carolina Burger King all by herself because she says no one wants to work anymore.
Other people would have hung a note on the door and said, nobody showed up to work. We can't function today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she sounds like employee of the year at this Burger King.
Oh, she does. Absolutely. You know what she ought to do? I work at Burger King in South Carolina, and everyone else, they're a bunch of lazy asses that don't want to work. I'm the only one here. I'm operating the drive-thru and the counter at Burger King.
You know what? She would rule because there's nobody else there to overrule her.
Yeah.
The manager doesn't
Yeah.
show up.
She needs to end that with I rule.
And you know what? 25 years old. Good
What?
for her.
What? She's 25?
She's 20. Nikea Hamilton, 25.
Wow.
She had to just hustle from station to station inside a Columbia, South Carolina Burger King because of a worker shortage. She says that no one wants to work. She says, one of my employees just quit on me. They don't have anyone else to come in, so I had to work myself, close by myself, had to do the dishes, do the prep, do the floor, do the counter, do the drive, everything. Look at her. She ought to win the damn Burger King Employee of the Month, though. That creepy Burger King guy ought to show up in costume and, present her with, I don't know, like a Golden Whopper plaque or something.
I've been to, maybe in the last year, 2 of these fast food drive. And I go into the lobby. I don't like drive-thrus. I go in.
Yeah.
And the doors have been locked. And it's drive-through only.
What?
Because they have a reduced staff.
What time of day, though?
Oh.
I mean,
1 in the morning?
No, midday. Midday, there's a Dunkin' Donuts. I had time to kill. I was gonna get an iced coffee.
Yeah.
I'll go in because I want to see all the donuts.
Yeah,
and,
but
Yes.
listen, middle of the day, daylight, and they're closing the lobby because they don't have enough people?
and there's a little sign, like a post-it note sign, says drive-through only open or drive-through open only or something like that. And
Wow.
But I get around and it's we have 2 people here.
Wow.
We don't have somebody for the counter and the drive-through and the prep.
I wanted to showcase Nikea Hamilton, 25 years old, running the full operation of Burger King by herself because no one else showed up to work.
You know she has a GoFundMe.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she's going to make $6 million off of this deal.
So far, she's made $14,000.
Really?
Yeah.
MJ, these stories. There was a story of like during.
She's got to GoFundMe?
Yep.
For what? I'm working too hard?
Oh my gosh.
What?
$31,000.
Oh, now it's up to 31 grand.
Once these
31.
stories take off, there was a story like around graduation season of a young man who had his graduation ceremony at 1:00, and immediately after the ceremony, he gets a call that his Burger King job or McDonald's job was short on people. He goes there in his cap and gown and works a shift. They put up a GoFundMe for that guy. I think he got like $100,000.
Yeah.
He paid for his whole college experience off of showing up and the internet doing its thing.
There have been numerous stories with GoFundMes,
Yeah.
these feel-good stories. And, hey, what about, speaking of fast food, you had the high school kid that worked at a fast food restaurant, and they were short-staffed. The kid left his graduation. Remember where?
He just said this. He literally just told this whole story.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is literally the story he just told.
Are you having a stroke or are you doing something else?
No, I was looking at what I was going to do next. I apologize. I'm sorry. Where was that?
It doesn't matter. I want you to tell it because
No, where was that?
I want to compare
It was
how
in
we tell
Georgia.
stories.
I'm sorry. It was in Georgia.
Where was that?
It
And
was
how much did that kid finally raise?
He raised over $200,000.
Okay, yeah, it was
That's
a lot
incredible.
of money.
I'm sorry. I was looking at the next item I'm moving to, and I just zoned out for a second. I
You know what's so
apologize.
funny?
I'm a one-arm paper hanger over here, okay?
No. See, you're not. We are four people in here altogether.
You're a one-armed something. Tell you what.
All right, I'm sorry. I repeated you. I was reading something else quickly to see if I wanted to move on to that.
Do you know what he would have done if I would have repeated him like 10 seconds later? It's 104.7. Why don't you tune in? I just said that. I
So
literally
let me
just-
have it. I can take it. Go ahead. Let me have it. I
No,
don't,
no. You know what? I'm not petty.
Let me have it. Yes, you are petty.
I'm not a petty Betty.
Yes, you are.
No, he's
You're
not.
a petty Betty.
Hey,
I like that. Petty Betty. I'm writing that down.
Speaking of fast food,
Yes.
I got an email from Tim. Tim says the Steak and Shake tallow fries are delicious.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Steak and Shake advertises on this radio station, but I guess this is a free ad. Tim sent me an email. These fries are so good. Beef tallow, so much better than other fast food fries out there. Also, check out their orange creamsicle drink. I guess it's a shake or something.
Is he a plant for
I
Steak
don't,
and
I
Shake?
don't know. Listen, bring up LinkedIn. See if Tim Pierce is like a regional manager for Steak and Shake. Hey, MJ, I want to tell you these tallow. But that was a big story. A couple of months ago, there was a big story that Steak and Shake, they were bringing back the tallow fries. And listen, I respect McDonald's. It's an American institution. But I'm just being honest that McDonald's fries were better back in the 1980s and prior, because McDonald's used to fry their fries in beef tallow, and then suddenly they did not. And I always wondered, why don't the McDonald's fries taste as good as they did when I was, a kid or in, junior high or high school? And that's the reason, because McDonald's stopped using beef tallow, beef fat to fry the fries. And then Steak and Shake announced, hey, we're going back to beef tallow. And here's Tim
With a thumbs up.
with a thumbs up saying that the beef tallow fries at Steak and Shake are phenomenal.
Tallow Tim approved.
Tim Tallow Tim.
Thanks for coming. Try the orange shake.
And I do like creamsicle
Yeah, so
type
do I.
stuff.
It's a good stuff.
You're brushing your teeth all wrong. See, this is what I was looking at. I was looking ahead at this item, and that's why I missed. I guess what I repeated you on.
How are you brushing your teeth wrong? You scrape it back and forth
No.
to get the backs? Get
No.
the tops?
People are brushing too hard. People think that the harder you brush, the more you're cleaning, and the experts are saying no. Do not. You want to kind of lightly brush your teeth. You don't want to. I guess we believe that if you scrub harder, it's gonna get cleaner, right?
I mean, it works on dishes with baked on, caked on
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, a dentist by the name of Dr. Joy Poskozim says, no, do not be rough. She's a Chicago-based dentist, and she says that Americans have been scrubbing their teeth the wrong way, and it's a deeply ingrained myth is what she says. that the idea that harder bristles and a harder actual manual movement cleans your teeth better has persisted, and she says it's not actually true. See, I'll be honest with you. I've always applied, I think, maybe greater pressure that needed to be applied, and also I always gravitated toward the harder bristle, and I didn't like the kind of the namby-pamby, wispy,
The soft bristle.
lights. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of shied away from that, but she's saying that I'm all wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that other people that subscribe to hard bristles and a hard push, that's just wrong. She says that hard bristles as well as a harder pressure wears down the enamel. It's called toothbrush abrasion, causing teeth to appear browner, thinner, and more brittle, especially around the gum line.
Huh.
And overly aggressive brushing can also irritate gums. It can pull back your teeth. It can, cause your gums to recede.
Oh,
That's where the phrase "long in the tooth" comes from.
no.
No,
You're making that up.
No, I'm
So-
not. She says that's where "long in the tooth" comes from.
Long in the tooth is associated with the elderly people
Yeah.
who have a lot of gum erosion.
The gum recedes, and I guess that's where "long in the tooth" comes from. I'm not making that up.
Older, if you're older, you might have longer teeth.
Starting in the 1950s, softer nylon toothbrush bristles were being created by toothbrush manufacturers like Colgate. But she says there are some people to this day that prefer medium and harder bristles, but she's saying no. She's saying, if you're using a conventional toothbrush, just, go with the softer to medium bristles. And also, she does recommend the electric toothbrush like Sonicare.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been using I don't use a traditional toothbrush anymore. I've been using Sonicare for how long? Remember a listener back in the old MJ morning show, might have even been MJ and BJ. There was a listener locally that was a manufacturer's rep for Philips. And Philips Electronics, they make Sonicare. And I was using just regular toothbrushes, and we got into some discussion on the show, on the old MJ and BJ show, or it was probably the MJ morning show at that point. But listener heard me and said, hey, I'm dropping off a Philips Sonicare at the studio for you. Let me know what you think. And I used that thing the next day, and I'm like, oh, my God, I love this. And I have never looked back. And, in fact, when I started using the Philips Sonicare, I would go to the dentist, and they would say, Michelle, why don't you say what the dentist used to say to me?
Why are you here? Like they were like, are you using an electric
No,
toothbrush?
no. Hold on. No. Well, you're close.
Yeah.
The dentist or the hygienist would say, did you just have your teeth cleaned recently? Remember, you don't remember that?
No,
Yeah.
I wasn't with you.
Okay. But they used to say, did you just have your teeth cleaned recently? I'm like, no.
That sounds like the most cliched toothpaste commercial, where she sits in the chair and the cleaner comes in, the hygienist, and she says, oh, did you just have your teeth cleaned? And no, I use close-up or whatever.
Right. So let me tell you, when's the last time you've been to the dentist for a teeth cleaning?
It's been a while for me.
How long?
I've not been to the dentist in quite some time. I've got no cavities. My teeth
Tell
feel...
us how long.
I don't know.
I know how long.
5 years?
I have not been to the dentist. Folks, a full-on confession. I don't know. How long has it been?
It's been probably 10 or 15 years since you have been for a teeth cleaning.
Your last tooth cleaning was during the Obama administration?
Oh, yeah.
Folks, this is breaking news revelation. I have not been to the dentist in a long, long time. I have no cavities. I have no teeth pain.
Here's the thing.
My teeth are in great shape.
I don't think her asking you like, oh, did you just have your teeth cleaned means that like, oh, so I don't have to come every 6 months, so maybe I'll just come once a year, to then dragging that out to, I'm just going to come every, 20 years.
I also had a dentist try to move me into like $2,000 crowns when I did not need it. Got a little crack here on this tooth. I mean, 20 years later, tooth is great. No, not one issue. So I don't know. I haven't been to the dentist in quite some time. An MJ Morning Show revelation. When we get back, we start an hour and 20 minutes of non-stop MJ. I have we're getting more of these. like worst relationship stories ever. What do we have? We had like an awful girlfriend story recently. Remember that?
Yeah.
We had an awful girlfriend story. All right, now I have. Oh, I know what it was. We had didn't we have a story recently where who tried to put like a woman tried to put fentanyl into like congratulatory chocolates for her ex who was recently engaged.
Like to sabotage or to kill or poison them.
Try to kill him by jamming fentanyl inside of a box of chocolates. Like a Whitman sampler or, Russell Stover. And, oh, man, I want the caramel filling. And she's like, well, you're getting the fentanyl filling. I mean, seriously. All right, we have another horrific relationship. This is a guy trying to do something to the ex-girlfriend, man. You got to be so careful out there these days. All right, that'll lead it next. We have a lot of stuff. We are absolutely slammed. An hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ runs next here on Q105, 104.7 FM. Every day is a miracle at Miracle Toyota on US 27 in Haines City. Attention, Polk County. When you want the best Toyota deal, when you want the best Toyota buying experience imaginable, you want Miracle Toyota out in Haines City. So Polk County, roll into Miracle Toyota. Tell them you're a big MJ Morning Show listener, looking for a new Toyota car, truck, SUV. Go to Miracle Toyota. You also get the Miracle Advantage. This is really incredible. They will, in addition to Toyota's warranty, they will juice up your warranty on the powertrain to 250,000 miles or 10 years. A powertrain warranty in addition. Just one of the things you get. You get a 72-hour trade-in. You get roadside service. It really is an incredible experience. Miracle Toyota, 27 in Haines City. And tell them that MJ sent you. Traffic's on at 7:24. Let's grab Shriner with the latest MJ Morning Show back in minutes. And another one of these just awful relationship stories. We were just, mentioning an item we did a couple of days ago, and that was the fentanyl story where this woman tried to give a congratulatory box of chocolates to the ex-boyfriend and new fiance, and she jammed fentanyl inside the chocolate to try to kill them with a fentanyl overdose. What the hell? Now we have another one out of Florida here. This is Deltona, other side of the state. What, Deltona's like a little, northeast of Orlando, right? That
sounds right. It's off of I-4 before you get to the coast. You get to Deltona before you get to Daytona.
So Deltona man is accused of trying to poison his ex-girlfriend.
The old Del and Day brothers.
Discovered bleach in a bottle of vodka, according to the Volusia County Sheriff's Office.
Oh, how does that work?
Surprise. Edwin, excuse me, Edwin Guzman, 23. Dude, you're way too young to be doing devious crap like this. Edwin Guzman, 23, was arrested on a charge of poisoning water or food. Yeah. Guzman's ex-girlfriend told deputies she went to pick up her items, including face products, and a bottle of Tito's vodka from his home. She took the items to her uncle's home where they decided to take a couple of vodka shots to calm their nerves. Oh, that's great. Let's do a couple of vodka shots to take the edge off. And then you got a whole mouthful of Clorox. Oh, my. That's
Tell you what, man, if you're having a bad breakup, just leave the booze. It's too easy to tamper with.
Jeez. Deputies asked the woman to call Guzman to see how bleach ended up in the bottle. According to the affidavit, while on the phone, Guzman was heard admitting that he put bleach in the Tito's vodka bottle.
I put the bleach there.
Along with some of her facial products. What? He also put her facial product, like creams or lotions in with the bleach in the Tito's vodka?
He actually put it in her mascara so it would come out white.
The hell? Anyway, he posted bond, and he was released from jail. That's awful.
Yeah.
Man, just more and more of these jilted relationship stories and trying to take it. If it's not fentanyl in the chocolate, it's Clorox in the Tito's bottle.
Did you see what the sheriff shared?
Not in my story. What do you have?
Sheriff's office shared that this is not how you break up. That's a nice message.
He wanted to clean out her filthy mouth with some bleach.
Oh, gross.
It's awful.
It is.
Hey, I posted a video yesterday on my Instagram.
Yeah.
We were driving back from the movies the other day, and what did we see on the Veterans Expressway? As we're coming off the vet, you come off the Veterans, and you kind of cross over, where State Road 60, the Courtney Campbell, begins, and you're heading toward the airport. And as we're making that bend, around the airport.
What is
heading,
that?
Yeah. Like this.
That's what I said.
This person's chunk of their car, that the whole underneath, the protective plastic that also has texture, and because some of it's visible, the whole damn thing is dragging behind their car on the road. It looks like it's about to fly off and cover my windshield something out of Tommy Boy, and I'm swerving all over the place. Oh no, I can't see. So of course
Does that cover the fuel tank?
Yeah, it's like a back bump. It's like right underneath the bumper, but it's sort of on an angle so you can see, and it kind of has some texture to it, and it looks like it's a rubbery, plasticky piece. What is that a Hyundai?
It's a Hyundai, yeah.
So it's a Hyundai small SUV, and they're just driving down the highway. They're on, I guess that's technically 60, right? Yeah. So they're this is heading toward Kennedy Boulevard, Tampa, and it's just before you get to the airport where, the planes will fly right over your car.
Right where the Veterans Expressway kind of ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're coming back from the Superman movie, and it's about, 7 o'clock at night, and this person's car is just dragging and flapping like a bumper part, and they're freaking oblivious. But it's amazing what I'm seeing these days on the road. I'm seeing, full bumpers that are just hanging. It's like the whole bumper cover. It's just like it's connected on the left, the whole right, the center. It's all ripped off. It's dragging. It's like, what are you doing? Just rip the whole damn thing off. Or how about going to get some freaking duct tape and duct tape your bumper to your car? But people are just dragging car parts. So I captioned this, another clueless Florida driver. And it's already got posted this last night. It's already got like 10,000 views. And then did you see in the middle? So if you're passing the airport cutoff and there's that little police turnaround area. There's that emergency turnaround, and a lot of times the cops will hang in there. As we're passing it, while this person's bumper is dragging off of their car, this bumper piece. We actually passed an unmarked white, I'm sure it was a TPD officer, in a white unmarked Charger just sitting there, but they were facing the other way.
Yeah, I use that U-turn all the time.
No,
it's very convenient.
Dude, that's for official use only.
I was officially turning around. I needed to turn around officially.
Hold on, you've really made a U-turn there?
Yeah, I used it a couple of weeks ago.
Well, so what? Why? Why would you? Which direction were you headed?
Okay, so
were you headed toward, northbound Veterans, or are you heading toward Kennedy, Tampa?
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah?
Maybe a couple months ago now, I took Hadley and her friend. What was your friend's name?
Her name is Gianna.
I took Gianna, Hadley,
Right.
Gianna.
Right.
And I think we had Hudson. I had all three kids.
We were watching the Minecraft movie.
We went to the Minecraft movie. Remember I passed Waters Avenue, that exit whatever the theater exit is coming.
Dude, that's Anderson Road.
Okay, I missed it. I completely missed it. I don't drive that way often.
Wait a minute. Dude, you're miles away from that.
Right.
Like 5 miles away from that. You're nowhere near the theater on Anderson. You're the Veterans 24?
Yes. Then I missed the Hillsborough exit. And I'm like, I gotta turn around. How the hell am I was gonna turn around like at West Shore Plaza.
Dude, how did you go that far south?
There's not that many exits.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you think that was like one that opened, and I banged at you right there where that cop was.
You used the emergency little.
And what I tell you guys when we started making the turn, I said,
hold on to your asses and your hats.
yep. Yeah, something like that.
You're telling.
I don't know if I said hold on to your asses and your hats, but I might have said something like that.
Hold on to your hats and your cracks.
Yes, hats and cracks. That's what I said.
Hold on. And when you just put the thing on a power slide and
I mean, I slowed down, but it was an aggressive turn.
Dude, people are going 80 miles an hour through there.
Yeah,
and you're jamming on the brakes to make a left turn into the emergency police turn around.
I mean, listen, you can make all the jokes you want about that 2010 Cadillac. It's a performance vehicle. I mean, it's got a V8 in that thing. That thing's meant to haul. I mean, it's got some giddy up on it.
I'm amazed. You're coming southbound on the Veterans. You miss the Anderson Road exit for the Veterans 24, and you end up all the way down at the airport before you make an illegal U-turn in the official use police turnaround lane?
The only place to turn around that I could think of was the light, in front of the where you turn into the old Dick's at the West Shore Plaza. I was like, I'm not going to drive that far.
Right.
And then I missed Hillsborough Avenue coming southbound on the Veterans, and I'm like, I got to turn around. I got these 3 kids, and then we're pressing time for the movie because we got there just in time. Because I kind of planned it on MJ's schedule.
Yeah, and then if you got off at the Courtney Campbell, then you got to go all the way to Rocky Point to make a U-turn.
And then that's a sketchy U-turn that I'm not always. It's not sketchy, but I'm just not familiar with it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I got to turn around somewhere, and I see this little opening, and I'm like, hold on to your hats and your cracks, kids.
It's the official police-only police business place where the cops hide out right near the airport in the middle of that's the isn't that the Eisenhower? Is that what they call that?
I don't know.
Hadley's trying to add. Are you trying to add skid sound effects?
Yes.
Yes, because the tires did kind of squeal as I'm.
Do that again. I want to compare yours off your phone. Go.
That's a pretty good one.
That's mine. That's my little. Did you
I like it.
Fessy, did you pull up the emergency brake to do a power slide and do a
No
stunt show?
No emergency brake. Because my emergency brake's on the floor on the it's a pedal,
All right.
so it's hard to
Really?
maneuver. But it was a quick turn and then a quick back and an instant acceleration.
Anyway, the video of the person with the car part just hanging off. It's on. Did I curse on that video, Michelle? I don't think I cursed.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
bring up. Unmute the audio. Unmute the audio.
Is his whole bumper like busted and dragging? What is this guy dragging?
So then, as we're getting down toward Kennedy, and by the way, the video's up on my Instagram. If you want to see this, it's another clueless Florida driver, car part hanging out, dragging. We're waiting for this thing to fly off and hit our car or someone else's car. And as they're getting ready to peel off on 275, that's when I told Julian to yell to roll down the window, and I start yelling at him, "Hey, your car is falling apart!" You're
We can't see anything. Oh my God! What is going on here? Are you zoomed into that? Yeah. I'm afraid to I need to move into the 2 left lanes because I don't want to get onto 275, Julian. Oh my God, what is this guy doing?
Then they pull in front of us. Then they slam on their brakes, put their turn signal on, and now I have to move over to the left of them.
Did they go to the airport?
I don't know. I think they were getting off at 275.
Let's see.
Roll down the window.
All right, so here we go. I'm yelling at him.
Keep rolling.
So he rolls down the window.
Your car is coming apart.
They
Dude!
can't,
Zoom in.
they can't hear you.
Dude, your car is coming apart.
So I'm trying to yell at them that their car's dragging behind them. All right, so, the video's up on my Instagram. Certified MJ Radio. That is Certified MJ Radio. We will get into the amazing Coldplay story that everybody is talking about.
This is so great.
This is, but the irony here of the parties involved, this is unfreaking believable. If you don't know about what happened at a Coldplay concert, we'll get into that here in just a matter of minutes on the MJ Morning Show. Michelle, how does somebody give birth to 4 kids on the same day? Oh, hold on. I'm not talking about the same year. How do you have? How do you?
Okay, thanks for clarifying.
That would be called quadruplets.
Yes, I mean, it's happened before. It's documented.
Yes,
There have been
right,
quadruplets.
right.
Yeah.
No, this is not a quadruplet story. So let me rephrase that because there's different ways to interpret this. I said, how does a woman give birth to 4 kids on the same day? Not the same year. This woman, this mom, keeps giving birth to kids on July 7th. She has 4 kids now born on July 7th. Nozhay Drake, 26 years old, from Apple Valley, California.
Well, you can schedule those things now sometimes,
Yeah, so
and depending on the nature of your pregnancy and
I mean, it's possible that the first one was July 7th.
But
Right.
And then the second one was, and
Right.
then it might have been predicted.
But I don't see where these were scheduled like cesareans or
they don't have to be cesareans to be scheduled.
no induction, no C-section. No, see, this
So
is-
she just naturally gave birth
yes,
on this day.
That's why I'm doing the story.
Okay.
How does a woman, first of all, she's 26, she's got 4 kids.
Okay.
My God, that's one busy uterus.
Not everybody not everybody has cable, okay?
But no induction, no C-section. The woman has given birth to 4 kids now on the same day, naturally, at the age of 26. Come on, that's against all odds, right?
You would think so. I mean, you wouldn't bet on that.
Yeah, it's
right?
not
This is
against all odds. It's just
Yeah.
really, really long odds. Or she has a very predictable mating habit.
Or, well, also, if you're trying to procreate, you could say, let me do the math. Let me work backward from this day. All right, honey, let's do it on this day. But don't.
Oh.
But the cycles, Michelle, I'm not an expert on all of this, but don't, year after year, you can't expect the same fertility at the exact same.
Why not?
Can you?
I don't. I think that's for each girl individually.
All right, that's insane.
They all have the same birthmark too, or they all have the same birthmark on the right leg.
Yeah, it says 666.
Stop it.
All right, I'm kidding. All right.
I mean, what if like the conception day is like a special day, like her birthday, or like her man's birthday or something?
Right.
Or, it's a day of shenanigans.
Like 40 weeks prior or 10 months prior, there's something that's happening right around the same time.
Like you guys, you guys would always do it like during Thanksgiving because you have an August baby. So
that wasn't planned.
No, but I always
it wasn't Thanksgiving. You know what it was?
What?
It was the election controversy that year.
What, he was so torn up over
the Al Gore and
Michelle. I'm so stressed out.
It was the George W. Bush and Al Gore, the hanging chads.
I mean, that just kept us up all night, and then we were like, "Yeah, oh my God, we got to release some stress over this."
Yeah, it was that time, Fred. That's when
right?
That's when Chloe was conceived. Absolutely. All right, we've got to move on. We got to move on to the Coldplay story, which is unbelievable. Fester, you're aware of this?
Yes, I haven't done a deep dive into it, but I know.
Guess what? I did.
Okay,
I did. Michelle, you're obviously aware of the Coldplay story.
I know who the players
and
are.
Everyone is using the same, little play on words. Oh, that was a Coldplay from Coldplay. I better not play too. I'm guessing the Coldplay is one of those bands that will have us yanked off YouTube.
Yeah.
If we play too much of their music while we're talking about this story.
So this is crazy. This is it's the kiss cam, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was, the camera during like a quick intermission or something, or a quick break. Was Coldplay even playing?
Yeah, it was their concert.
But
it was at Gillette Stadium.
Oh, no, were they actively on the stage singing their songs?
Yes.
I'm asking.
Coldplay is on stage. This is at Gillette Stadium, right outside of Boston. This is where the Patriots play. The Coldplay's doing a big stadium show.
Sure.
And it turns out that the CEO of a tech company, it's an AI and data company called Astronomy. He's there cheating with his director of HR. Of all freaking people to be cheating with.
Oh, no.
If you have like an inter-office relationship that's inappropriate, guess what? You're being sent to the HR lady. The HR lady is having an affair with the CEO of the company. Now, the HR lady, she's been divorced for a couple of years. But the CEO of this tech company, Astronomy, he's married. He's at the Coldplay concert having a fling, having an affair with his HR director, of all people, the human resources director. And of all things, their rotten luck, the kiss cam is focused on them.
Now,
and suddenly, the cheating CEO and the HR director, they're like arm in arm. So he's behind her. He's got her in like a bear hug embrace. Her back is pressed up against his chest, and his arms are around him. Their hands are like interlaced, and suddenly they pop up on the Jumbotron screens as like a kiss cam all over Gillette Stadium. They realize they're on the kiss cam or the audience cam. And they freak out. Suddenly, he like flips around. She's covering her face.
She turns around, covers her face. He ducks down. It was the most awkward thing ever.
Too freaking late. This story has gone, it's gone even more than viral. This story has gone like hyper
viral.
Hyper, super, mega. This is nuclear viral. What's going on with this story now?
I saw the first headline on Facebook, right? And I clicked it and I read it and I got a really good chuckle out of it. I thought how funny it was. And then I saw it 50 or 60 other times.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
The story is, and here's the audio.
I'll tell you, in this crazy time we live in, this is the exact distraction that we is great.
All right, so let me give you some of the details. And then I have the actual audio where Chris Martin, the lead singer, wasn't he married to Gwyneth Paltrow, right?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah. So Chris Martin, lead singer of Coldplay, he says something on stage which is 100% accurate and busts them even further, highlights this even more. I'll play the audio in a second. So the couple identified as astronomer CEO.
Yeah, not astronomy.
No, astronomer. Did I say astronomy?
You did.
I'm sorry. So the name of the company is Astronomer, not Astronomy. They're I've never even heard of the thing. Have you ever heard of the company?
I'd never heard of it before.
There are thousands of companies.
So apparently it's a tech company. They deal in AI and data services. And this Astronomer, it's got a market cap. It's worth about $1.2 billion. So it's a decent sized company. So the CEO is Andy Byron. And he was embraced and having an affair and cheating with the firm's chief human resources officer, Kristen Cabot. And then as soon as their faces pop up on the screen, they scramble to jump out of the way to hide their faces. But whoopsies.
It was the most awkward thing ever. He goes right to the ground. She turns around.
She turns around, covers her face. He goes to the ground. He does a flop on the ground. Too freaking late.
Everybody around them is going hysterical. I don't know if they were there with a group of people, if other people were in on this affair. I don't know if he was just giving her a really friendly hug.
Oh, just a little friendly hug.
But,
Fester.
I don't go out
you and I are going to go to a concert, and that's what it's going to be like.
I mean, you grab a woman from behind.
They were
your woman.
That was a lover's embrace.
Yeah.
It was.
All right, here's the audio of Chris Martin, lead singer of Coldplay, calling them out.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
All right, so
it's the former. They're having an affair.
I never heard that Chris Martin audio yesterday. So
you didn't hear that?
So he's watching the camera pan to different people in the crowd, and then they go to two people in banana suits. So they were looking for crazy people.
Listen again. Here we go.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. No, they're having an affair. Wow,
that's crazy. Of all the dumb luck, you go to a concert. It's dark. Nobody's really going to see you. There's 80,000 people there.
Yeah, everybody else in the audience wants to be on the jumbotron. I mean, they found the two people in that audience who don't want any attention.
You probably had 65,000 people in Gillette Stadium to see Coldplay.
I mean, sure. I mean, it's a big NFL stadium, MJ, and that's the great place to go on a date, to be a little affectionate.
When
not get busted.
Not get busted.
Well, that's what you think. You're going.
Yeah.
Well, but
it's dark. Nobody's looking at you. We can hold hands.
Unless you end up on the jumbotron and the kiss cam. So when Cabot was hired, the woman, when Kristen Cabot was hired last November, Byron, the CEO, gushed about her 20 years of HR experience and exceptional leadership skills. So this is a woman that deals with human resources issues, maybe affairs or inappropriate office romances or inappropriate touching, whatever. That's what she's dealing with. And she's all hooked up with the CEO of the company. I mean, it's like the biggest freaking irony story of the last, year.
I mean, not so much in that, it's inappropriate. I mean, if, Michelle is, making me feel uncomfortable in the workplace, that's an HR issue.
Cabot wrote.
but here they seem pretty consensual.
Yeah.
Cabot wrote on LinkedIn that her conversations with Byron, the CEO, before the hiring, energized her about the opportunities at the company.
I bet.
She has boasted that she wins trust with employees on all levels, from CEOs to managers to assistants. Now, Byron appears to be married to Megan Kerrigan Byron, while Cabot was recently divorced from husband Kenneth. Cabot, the HR manager, and Thorby, they filed for divorce in 2018. The split was finalized in 2022, according to Massachusetts court records. But the CEO, appears to be fully married, Andy Byron.
Okay, so first of all, I don't care about any of those details. How is his current marriage? I mean,
here's the thing.
I have several friends.
I'll tell you, how's his current marriage now?
No, but
let me tell you.
Not good.
I have
You want to know?
I have several friends who are married on paper,
Yeah.
But they're not married. I mean, they haven't married to their spouse.
Hold on. It sounds like Michelle has new information.
Well, she removed his last name from her, I think, LinkedIn page.
Yep.
And
so the wife of the CEO, this Byron guy, removed. I guess went back to like the maiden name on her social media.
On all her social media, she removed the Byron name. She works for a school up in Massachusetts, which is so endearing, right? Like she's doing such nice things. I think it's a school that might help, or she's teaching student with language processing issues.
So she's a teacher.
Yeah, so seems like, you would think like, oh, she's a nice girl.
Teachers
right?
get divorced too.
Yeah, they do.
But are they in the throes of a divorce where, she's doing her thing, I'm doing mine? Yeah, I'm married to her.
Listen to this. The text groups and chains of commenters on social media and like former employees are posting things like, everybody's laughing their ass off and enjoying the hell out of what happened and him getting exposed, adding that Byron is allegedly a toxic boss. And it's like, he had this coming. This is the greatest thing. He's getting his just desserts.
All right,
wow.
He had it coming.
All right, that sounds like sour grapes.
Wow.
But listen, MJ, if they would have done nothing.
Also, people are saying, looks like she needs a lesson from her own HR handbook.
Like he removed his LinkedIn page already? Remember the other day I said when stuff starts to go south on you, that's the first thing people do.
Here's another comment. Cost of a concert? Hotel $200, ticket $600, food and drinks $150, divorce attorney $50,000.
I think it's going to be way more than that.
But is he already in the middle of a divorce? Are they already breaking up?
We don't know. We don't know the status. We don't know if they were on the way out. But, dude, when you look at the Kiss Cam footage and how they tried to get out of the frame of that camera that got them in the audience, man, they freaked out.
If they would have done nothing, just waved to the camera, or just stood there and rocked back and forth, it would have gone away in 2 seconds.
Do you think for a minute that they thought maybe this would go undetected? Oh my God, this is awful. We pulled out of the frame. No one's going to see this. No one's going to know. Do you think at that moment that it was racing through their heads that this was going to become one of the biggest viral story of the last months or year? You think that went through their heads?
His immediate reaction, nothing went through his head. He didn't think about anything except getting out of there and keeping this a secret, and this has ended in the worst way. I will tell you who the two winners are in this whole scenario.
Who?
The bananas.
There are two guys jumping up in a banana outfit.
Right after they cut from these people, these philanderers. Is that the right word, Michelle?
Cut off of YouTube for a copyright violation.
So two things. Doesn't it just make you love those bananas? Because you're just like, man, those bananas really got it going on.
All right, so
and then my question is...
On the Kiss Cam, there are two guys in banana outfits that are jumping up and down like idiots.
But do you stay at the concert after this and enjoy the rest of the concert? Or are you like...
It's a good question.
I think we need to go. What's happening now?
You know what? You don't know the fallout from this. He thought he was just ducking and it was going to go away.
Yeah.
He didn't know he was a star until the morning.
So they stayed.
Yeah. I mean, this hit yesterday, like at 2 o'clock was the first headline I saw.
Right.
So all yesterday morning, he goes to work, he went home, whatever. And he thought he was in the
there's
clear.
a phrase for this.
Hey, what is that?
Oh, I can't say it on the air.
Use code words.
Can you write it down?
Use rhyming words.
Yeah.
Write it down for me.
It's about doing stuff where eating where you go.
I want to go to phones on this. Andrew says we got a couple of calls. Folks, would you like to weigh in on this whole Coldplay situation? Anybody have a story about getting caught? Anybody have a story like this, similar to this, about whether it's you getting caught or somebody you know getting caught? Anybody want to comment? Anyone have any more information? Listen, we might have listeners that know this guy. We might have listeners that have some insight, even though we're 1,500 miles away from Boston.
The guy runs an AI company.
All right, 800-990-1047 if you want to weigh in on this crazy viral caught at Coldplay story. 800-990-1047 gets you through to the MJ Morning Show right now. 800-990-1047. Let me grab line 4. Kelly on Anna Maria Island. Kelly, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing well. What's the story, Kelly?
Well, I was just going to say that the guy that got caught had a response and was basically, shooting a finger at Coldplay, like he shouldn't have done what he did. And it was, a public place, and he didn't expect to be photographed. And I'm like, what the hell?
Well, that's in a public place. You have zero expectation of privacy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm like, are you kidding me? So his response that he released, I was like, what a joke. He should have just owned up to it and, I don't know, and said sorry. And
so I wonder if he's going to get fired. I wonder if they're both going to get fired from
Why?
Well, because does the company manual, is the company policy no fraternizing with company employees? And here you've got, look at the optics. The CEO is banging the HR director that just got hired in November?
All we know is he takes
what'll probably happen is that the HR gal will get fired, which isn't cool. They both should be in trouble, and he'll get a slap on the wrist. So that's not cool.
Well,
they should both be outed.
Again, there are a lot of elements to the story that we don't know how it's going to play out. I wonder, do you think like the Today Show and Good Morning America, are they dealing with this morning?
Absolutely. This is the best thing to happen to the news cycle right now. Because this has
It's
nothing.
all over the media.
It's everywhere. MJ, the company is based out of Cincinnati.
Right.
What if he left his home and wife in Cincinnati? Does he live in Boston? This this Byron guy?
She works in Boston.
The wife does?
Yeah.
Okay, because the company's based out of Cincinnati.
I work an AI job in Cincinnati.
Baby, did you ever wonder?
Hey, thanks for calling. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
What a nightmare.
That is a freaking nightmare.
But the concert's a good place to take your girlfriend.
You know, we don't know. We
Your
don't
side
know.
ride.
Yeah.
We don't know. Listen, it's a good place if you're up in the 300 level seats.
It's dark.
And it's dark, and you're not in view of like one of the cameras that's gonna pick you up for a jumbotron shot.
She has her ticket. You have yours. Just meet me at the seat. We'll sit down, and then nobody's watching us. I don't know anybody around me.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Oh man, what a mess. This is great.
So I was going to tell you what it's called.
What?
It's the effing. I can't say that other word.
Yeah, you can't. You're right.
Right.
Good call, Michelle.
Can you?
It's the bad stuff that happens after you were having a suspiciously too good to be true day.
Wow.
All of the things
Can I
that-
see the actual word? Can you write it down? Let me see it. It's the. Oh, I got you. I've never heard of that term. The effing. All right.
Etsy, thank you.
Yeah, can't say the whole word. Also, you know what else we don't know?
What?
How far into the concert was this?
Well, that's what I just said. Like,
Yeah.
Was this like their first song?
Yeah,
And then you, oh, man.
was it middle? Was it end? I mean, did they?
What if it's the middle of the concert? He's talking to the crowd.
Mhm.
Let's pan around the crowd. Let's turn the cameras on you guys. And what made it 1,000 times worse is Chris Martin addressing it.
Yeah. Well, their reaction
Yeah,
and his.
if he doesn't make the joke,
Right.
then it's not as spectacular.
Yeah, here's Chris Martin one more time. Here we go.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Either they're having an affair or they're very shy. No, they were having an inappropriate rendezvous.
But remember that happened to us at the Lightning game. You were filming, and that couple behind us, she grabbed his face and turned it.
Oh, that's
And
right.
it was very shortly after that, they skedaddled. And we were all like, okay, that was really awkward.
Yeah.
And she sort of screamed at you like, don't film us. We don't want to be filmed. And you were like, you weren't even hearing her. I think you're just oblivious.
Our buddy Andrew, who he owns Advanced ESI. It's he does my home theater work. Longtime friend of 25 plus years now, and he invited us to a Lightning game a couple of months back, and I shot an Instagram video inside, and this couple behind us. They did not want to be on video. Didn't she say something to you or?
No, she said it to you, but you were filming and it's loud. You didn't even acknowledge.
What did the girl say?
Something like
we don't want to be in your video.
Yeah.
We don't want to be in your video. And she grabs, this is the row behind us, grabs the guy's head and turns it and like shields his face. I mean, maybe he's a witness relocation program. Maybe he's like,
he's wanted.
Most wanted list.
He might have warrants.
And then they disappear. Michelle's right. So shortly, and this was like, what, the end of the first period.
Yeah.
I mean, there was still second and third period to go at Amalie Arena, and they leave. They get up and they're gone, and we're like, what the? I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the minute I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, those dudes were having something going on.
And by the way, that video is still posted. That video is still on my grid.
You showed them.
On my Instagram, that video is still on my grid at Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. Hey, Andrew, did I see Chloe pop into your producer's booth a little while ago? No? Oh, I thought, who popped in there? There's some, it was Meredith.
Okay.
All right, well, they're both blonde.
So, MJ, I have no desire to be like a featured background player on anybody's video. If I see somebody holding a camera or recording themselves, I'll deliberately walk the other way.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been mindful of that.
Yeah.
But at a concert, to be on the Kiss Cam, that's like the highest praise.
Oh, yeah.
I'd scream my head off.
First of all, you're good looking because they only pick good looking people, right? And you must be having a really good time because that's what they want. They want to show people who are good looking, having a good time, and get everybody else in the mood with them.
One time, at the pinnacle of my fame.
Hold on for 1 second. I want to give out the phone number one more time.
Okay.
I would love to get some great stories of getting caught. If you've been
in a really public situation.
Well, whatever. Based on this whole Coldplay revelation, does anyone listening have a really good story about getting caught? You thought you were going to be in a safe place. I mean, with the Coldplay deal, was the rationale, was the thinking, was that, hey, we're going to be among 50, 60, 70,000 people, no one will see us? Or did they really misplay that? Well, ultimately they did. Or that there are a lot of people that can see them because there are so many people there they could be discovered, or there are so many people they're just going to get lost in the crowd. See, that's where I guess it could have gone either way. Does anyone listening have a good story, similar to this Coldplay revelation? Any relationship? Do you know somebody that was like busted spectacularly in a cheating situation, or any element similar? I'd love to grab a couple more phone calls. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. If it's you, if it's somebody you know, a story you heard about regarding somebody getting busted and how they got busted cheating. Because this cheating bust with the CEO and the HR director at the Coldplay concert, that's got to be one of the most spectacular of all freaking time. But if you have one, 800-990-1047 if you want to add to the conversation. Fester, what were you saying?
I forget.
You said one time,
okay, one
and
time,
I said at band camp.
At the pinnacle of my fame.
Yes.
Of the lowest level of local celebrity.
Right.
Being on the radio. It's
Right.
like the lowest level.
Uh-huh.
I was on the Rays Jumbotron during like one of the big games. Like they had to win this game to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right? It might have been the game where Evan Longoria hit that big famous home run. It was that game. I was on the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
And I got dozens of text messages from people in the stadium who said, "Hey, I just saw this walrus in a blue Dickies shirt who looks just like you on the Jumbotron." So people see this and you know it and you react. And if you know the person, you send them a message. "Hey, I just saw you at the game." The caller we had earlier alluded to an apology. I'm reading an article from Cosmo, which has a pretty good investigative team.
Yeah.
It's a fake. Now adding to the saga is an apology from Byron, which has gone viral. However, it is believed to be a parody from a parody account online, and it is not verified. And that's where he comes off and says, the fake statement reads, "I want to acknowledge that this has been, circulating online. I'm disappointed." But then he goes on to blame the band for a private moment that he does not consent to. I want to express how troubling it is that what should have been a private moment became public without my consent.
Hold on. What was the first part that you said?
So the state, remember we had the caller a couple minutes ago from Anna Maria Island.
Right.
She said there's an apology floating around, and the apology blames the band.
But that's fake.
The apology is fake.
It's fake, yeah.
The viral apology.
That's fake.
Here.
Okay, that's what I wanted to clarify that. Yeah. Hey, blaming the band for you're cheating, you're in a play. Get out of here. All right, let me go to phones.
Let's go.
All right, bring up the call screener, Stacy. Oh, is this Racy Stacy?
Hi, guys.
Oh, Racy Stacy from Largo. Yes, Racy Stacy.
Good morning.
All right, so what's the deal? Do you have a similar story?
What happened, Stace?
I do. It was actually my boss who got caught with his receptionist. It was a Christmas party. And they thought they were secluded, and they were not, and they got caught in the copying room.
Ooh.
Like during work?
It was during our Christmas party.
Okay. Well.
So there was some alcohol and some festivities, and they thought they were being secretive in the copying room, and some people walked in there to grab some files, and they got busted.
Who the hell grabs files at the Christmas party?
Yeah.
Sounds like they were going to make out
You
too.
know, there are numerous radio Christmas party stories that I've heard over the years. Hey, Michelle, how many Christmas parties, like for our radio years, have I really gone to? Not many.
A handful. I remember you pissed everybody off because you brought like your own fast food. They paid for like all this expensive catering, and MJ walks in with like a bag of.
Which one was that?
No. Because I had just picked up a car. I showed up at the Christmas party late because I was just wrapping up a car deal. I was picking up a new car, and I was starving. I hadn't eaten all day, and I stopped at Arby's.
Yeah.
I remember. That's like the last time. This is like 15 years ago.
You walk in with a beef and cheddar, and they have this whole big catered display, and I'm just like, I'm not eating that crap. I got my Arby's.
Bill is in Newport Richie. Bill, MJ Morning Show. Go ahead.
Hey, buddy, I got a good one for you, I think. So this happened in the 80s when I was young. My sister and my cousin were 17. I was probably like 12. And we went to a bar in Newport Richie. And knew the tender. I got in. I was supposed to stay in the coat closet and just hang out. And one of the elders from our church was there without his wife, with another lady.
Oh.
And he looked at my sister and my cousin, and he was like, I didn't see you, and you didn't see me. And that's what I remember from that event, like 35 years ago, but it was funny. So that's the first thing I thought of, like Michelle was talking.
Yep.
When she remembered those people. As soon as that thing came up, I just remembered that it's...
Thanks for the call, Bill. Have a great weekend, buddy.
You too, buddy. Talk to you.
All right. So, things not to say on an airplane. Another one of these. And this is a teenager that's in trouble. A 16-year-old boy made a joke about having a bomb in his pocket on a Spirit Airlines flight.
Yeah, that's probably the worst thing you could say on a
But you know what the explanation was? A 16-year-old boy makes a joke about having a bomb in his pocket. It forced a Spirit Airlines flight to move quickly to a deserted corner of the Fort Lauderdale airport earlier this week because there were fears that the plane could explode. This did not make a lot of big news. I just saw this yesterday. A teenager who, not being named by, I guess, authorities or media yet, made a joke about having a bomb in his pocket. He was on Spirit Airlines Flight 1332, getting ready to take off from Fort Lauderdale to Kansas City. This is on Monday afternoon, earlier this week. His mother told the Miami Herald that the boy's joke was an attempt about his masculinity. Wait a sec. Well, I've never heard that. No. So if you're trying to talk about your junk, if you're trying to talk about your male wangage, that have you ever heard anyone say, "Yeah, I got a bomb in my pocket," and that's, I mean,
that's not a thing. It's not.
I have never heard that expression in my life.
And then your mother has to defend your endowment by saying, "Oh, he was making a joke about his junk." How terrible is that?
You've never used that, Fester, as a...
I mean, I dropped bombs, but I'm not carrying one.
The Airbus was loaded. It was a full flight, Spirit Airlines. The tower, as soon as the pilot told the tower, we got a situation on board, We have a passenger that claims to have a bomb in his pocket. So the tower moves them to a quiet corner of the Fort Lauderdale airport because they didn't know whether the damn plane was going to blow up. So the Broward County Sheriff's Office, they're seen boarding the plane. They haul the boy off. He was described as wearing a dainty shell necklace. You know what? I don't like those dainty shell necklaces that some guys wear. You know what I'm talking about?
It's a vibe.
Yeah. It's like that surfer dude, kind of beach vibe, man.
It's a very specific look.
Yeah.
Not every guy can pull that off.
Yeah. And once it was established that there was no bomb, passengers were forced to deplane. The flight finally took off hours late. Kid was charged with criminal mischief, over $1,000, making a false report of a bomb explosive. So he was arrested. But I've never heard that. The kid saying that he has a bomb in his pocket, that he's talking about his masculine. Get out of here.
Nice
That is the dumbest damn excuse I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, the teen was vacationing with, I guess, friends here in Florida. Was going back to Missouri.
See, when you live in Missouri, a shell necklace is really cool.
Oh, that's hot, man.
Yeah. Oh, you must have gone to Florida. You got a shell necklace.
It was held in juvie in Broward County, appeared in court on Tuesday. His father, Philip Schmidt, appeared virtually to defend his son, according to NBC in Miami. I would just like to ask for grace in this matter. I don't believe he acted criminally. He was acting as an immature 16-year-old. The boy's attorney stated in court that he had a bomb in his pocket, but noted that authorities didn't specify where and when the teen made the claim. The judge, Stacey Ross, said that Spirit was estimating the loss at $50,000 for the delay and
the time,
everything.
The manpower, the fuel, all that stuff.
So the boy's mother told the Miami Herald that he's a good kid. He was just talking slang with friends when a woman sitting nearby overheard the comment. Well, what the hell are you supposed to think if a passenger on your flight that's taxiing for takeoff at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood Airport says, I've got a bomb in my pocket? That's a see something, say something moment right there.
Mm-hmm.
What if that's not what she heard? I mean, people who overhear things.
But that is what she heard. The kid did say, I have a bomb in my pocket.
Throw the book at
That's
him.
irrelevant.
Throw the book. Set him to Stark.
Just, listen, bottom line is the underdeveloped male brain. Listen, I'm late 50s. My brain is still not fully developed.
No, it isn't.
I still make dumb decisions. And
yeah.
What do they say, though, that the male brain, the frontal lobe,
25 or 26?
Yeah, it's like mid to late 20s is when they say that all of the reasoning and the portions of the brain that help you make good and righteous decisions, that portion of your brain is not fully developed in a male until I think it's 26 to 28. It's somewhere in that zone.
You know what? For you, much later. Much later.
I mean, it'll never happen for me.
I don't think.
Yeah, I agree, Fester.
Yeah, Fester and I will never fully develop in that department.
Exactly.
The juvenile things that we laugh at individually and collectively.
Oh, totally.
I mean, yeah, and I think that's most men.
This sucks. This is bothering me. Michelle, we talked about this. We discussed this story off the air, and Michelle and I are both flabbergasted. A postal worker operating her route, I believe in Atlanta, stopped into a Starbucks that is on her route. She apparently is the postal worker that brings the mail and the packages.
So she sees them every day, practically.
Mm-hmm.
She goes into Starbucks because it's 100 degrees outside in Atlanta. She goes into Starbucks and says, can I please get a cup of water? They refused. Sorry, we can't give you free water. Their very own mail person? Are you kidding me? Their very own U.S. Postal Service letter carrier. And this is blowing up online.
Mm-hmm.
What a bad look. What bad PR. Remember Starbucks kind of changed the policy, or not kind of, they did. Starbucks changed the policy recently that if you want to hang out there, you have to buy something.
Right.
previously could just roll in there and just, use their Wi-Fi and sit there all day long.
Mhm.
Then they changed the policy that you have to buy something. Remember, they also had that bathroom policy that you don't need our bathrooms are open to everybody. And then that turned into like a giant nasty homeless shelter.
Yeah.
And you had all kinds of vagrants and drug users shooting up in the bathroom, blowing up the place, poop all over the walls and everything. And then they had to back off of that whole bathroom thing. Yes, Andrew.
Wasn't it Starbucks that also had the issue where they wouldn't give water to somebody who had a medical condition?
That is in my story here. I'm about to get to that, but that's a very good point. We had another story like that similarly. I'll give you those details in just a second. But the postal worker put a video up on TikTok in her USPS, in her uniform, in her U.S. Postal Service truck, and the text said, "Imagine working out of a tin can in 100-degree heat, trying to stay alive, and walking into Starbucks for a cup of ice water, and they tell you no." That's what. Well, the video's off. So they've taken the video, or she's taken the video down.
Yeah, I can't imagine her employer's too thrilled about that.
Right, that too.
Well, I can't imagine that Starbucks thinks this is good. I mean, this is not just some customer you don't know. This is the mail person, the mail lady in the uniform that you're on her route. She delivers stuff to the Starbucks every day.
They're so concerned that with the last incident, they said that they try to train their employees to operate with empathy and kindness. How about just some common sense?
Yeah.
There's a distinction to be made between your person who's just running in and going, "I'm on a jog and I forgot my water bottle. Can I get some ice water?" versus the mail person who delivers your mail every day that you hopefully have some type of an engagement with, like, "Hey, Susie, how's it going today? It's hot out here. Do you mind if I grab a cup of ice water?"
Hell no, Susie, get your ass out of here.
Go deliver the mail next door.
Get.
So adhering,
Gone.
Adhering.
I think I found the audio, by the way.
Adhering to the new company policy, the barista tells the letter carrier, "You must buy something before you can get some water."
Oh.
So she was so parched, she was so dehydrated, she decided to buy some bottled water. Listen, the Starbucks was completely wrong here, but I would like to point out that if you are a postal worker and you're working in your truck all day long in the middle of the summer, I mean, our postal guy, JR, great guy, the guy that works our route, guy's name is JR, phenomenal guy. He's got a cooler with him. He has like a little portable igloo. He's got water. He's got snacks. He's got his lunch.
However, if he ever forgets it, he knows that he can ring our bell and be like, "Oh, I'm really parched." And you and I would be running out there with 3 and 4 bottles of water and be like, "Take it, dude. Go."
MJ would run out there and turn the hose on him.
And I'll tell you but from personal experience, and I said this to you last night, there was a time when, and I forget why we were outside when the trash guy drove by, and it was a really hot day, and you were like, we had some exchange with him, just completely like, talking about, he's picking up the trash and the route. He's been there forever.
Our City of Tampa trash guy, he's been working our street, I think, for 20 years.
Right. And you said something to him, and you were like, "It's really hot." And you said, "Hey, would you like some water?" And he was like, "Oh man, that would be really great." And you were like, "Still are sparkling." And you ran inside and got like 2 big bottles of, because we buy bottled water, and ran it out to him. And he was so appreciative in that moment because, maybe he forgot his water that day. We don't know. She might have just forgot that day.
Yep. If you're a parched utility worker or postal carrier, a FedEx guy, Bobby, our UPS guy, would you like a bottle of chilled Saratoga sparkling water, or would you like a big 1.5-liter bottle of Zephyr Hills?
Right.
What do you want?
My new favorite thing online with this big heat dome
Yeah.
that the country's suffered under for the last couple of weeks. People are leaving notes on their door for their delivery people, Amazon people, UPS, FedEx people. Feel free to jump in our pool.
What?
Are you serious?
If you look online,
what they're going to jump in the pool in their uniform?
Yep, you see people totally decked out in their whole uniform, and they jump in.
Really?
I'll find some for you.
I love it.
I think I found the video of the postal carrier who's denied the water.
Was it copied somewhere?
Yeah.
Because the original was taken down by her. I hope this is not some janked up.
It looks like the original video.
Oh, it does.
No, it's in response to the viral video. So this is her post after the
Oh,
fact.
okay.
I'm not asking for
All right. So she took the original viral video. She took down. I go, roll this. Hit it.
So here's what really happened on the viral Starbucks video. It was really hot outside, and I was delivering a package to Starbucks. I had already finished the water that I pack every day in my cooler. Yes, I do bring a cooler for everyone who is saying, you might as well pack a cooler, bring your own water. I do all that. I come prepared every day.
See?
But this day, I happened to run out. I'm human.
Oh, she ran out.
Okay.
So I'm in there, I'm delivering the package, and I'm just like, hey, can I have a small cup of ice water? She tells me after I buy something, first she can give me the water, but she couldn't just give me the water. And I just wanted to say, I'm not here complaining. I don't feel entitled to anything. I bought a bottle of water. But again, I am human.
Yes.
I show up every day in extreme heat, in my uniform, in a truck with no AC.
Yep.
I love my job, I love my customers, and I love my route. But that doesn't mean that I don't have bad days. To everyone who's saying, well, come prepared, bring your own water, nobody owes you anything. I come prepared every day, I always do. But some days I run out. That doesn't make me irresponsible. It makes me human.
She's right.
Yeah.
It's not even about the free water. It's about just basic human kindness.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm just asked to be seen like as a human being. I'm not complaining. I'm sharing. And if one video about me asking for a cup of water bothers you that much,
Anyway, she seems really pleasant.
And she got some pretty negative responses back. You know, those internet trolls, they look for anything to give a negative
Yeah.
You know,
reply back
that
to.
internet's, man. Those internets, that's a rough and tumble place out there. Yeah, them internets out
You know,
there.
she posted a video in a telling fashion. She probably wasn't bitching and complaining in the original, and she probably got all kinds of backlash.
Yeah.
And what Andrew was bringing up, and I had this highlighted as well, that in Richmond, Virginia, we did the story maybe a month ago or so. A woman was told to get in line after she walked to the front of the line and asked for a cup of ice water because her husband was suffering a medical emergency. So there's a line at Starbucks. She quickly goes to the front and said, "Hey, can I get a cup of water, please? My husband is having, a medical issue." And the barista at Starbucks in Richmond said,
Get in line.
"You'll have to wait in line."
There's like 10 people there in line.
I mean, come on.
Back of the line, ma'am.
So
I just feel like both of these instances require common sense. That's it. It's just common sense. Again, there can be distinctions made with these two individuals as to why you should just go ahead and go, I'm going to forego that purchasing requirement. Here you go, buddy. Take it.
If you have a big line, but somebody comes up front and says, "We have a medical emergency,"
Go right ahead.
What kind of an idiot doesn't make an executive decision immediately? Okay, it is okay to cut the line if you're having a medical emergency. So they never got the cup of water at the Starbucks in Richmond. So luckily they were able to run across the street to a different cafe where they were promptly given some iced water for this woman to help her husband with with the medical emergency in Richmond, recently. Wow. All right, let me go to phones again. I guess Andrew says take line 4 on this. Dale's got a good story apparently in Tampa. Dale, hi, you're on the MJ Morning Show on 104.7 FM Q105. Hello.
Hey, good morning. Love your show.
Thanks.
I deliver freight. I deliver freight for a living all day, local in the city. And yesterday, made a delivery. And I carry a cooler with all kinds of drinks in it. But yesterday was very hot.
Yep.
I made a delivery to a company called Whitecap. They sell building supplies and stuff in Lakeland. And I had an empty water bottle, and I just asked the guy, "Hey, can I go fill up my water bottle?" And he said, "Go to the fridge and grab as many bottles of water as you want." I'm like, "Wow,
that's nice."
So that was awesome.
So Whitecap in Lakeland?
Yes.
What does Whitecap do? What kind of company are they?
They sell building supplies, and that's pretty much it. Building supplies, safety supplies.
Nice.
And, they'll have little trucks that drive out to properties and drop off drywall and all kinds of building supplies.
Yeah, gotcha. So
I deliver and pick up from them.
Look at that. See, that's a great story. Whitecap Building Supply or whatever in Lakeland told the freight truck driver, "Go into our kitchen and grab as much water as you want out of the fridge." That's great.
Yep.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you calling in with that.
You know the best place to go, especially if you have your own cup for water,
Tell you what, if you're the Atlanta U.S. Postal Service worker, best place to go is White Cap Building Supplies in Lakeland. A little bit of a drive.
Make a little detour.
A little bit of a drive, all right, landed down in Lakeland, but all the water you want.
Did you know, and you probably do know this because, you're going to tell me you know everything, like McDonald's double filters their water.
Oh, really?
So McDonald's has really good, it's tap water, but it's filtered, and they put that in their Coke. It's one of the reasons
Well, because that's why their Cokes are, because McDonald's fountain Cokes. Remember, we got into a whole discussion.
Yeah.
We had some Coca-Cola employee tell us that the McDonald's Coke and their soda dispensers, they're they're souped up. They've got the
water is filtered.
Yeah.
And the water tastes different. And the best quality water you'll find in town is the water button on the tap machine
at McDonald's.
At McDonald's.
Gotcha. Well, thank you very much. Hey, speaking of water, man, this is the perfect. I didn't intend this, but this is the perfect segue. Have you been to one of the fast food restaurants lately, Fester, where they're using the AI?
Yes.
At the call box?
Yes.
Instead of a human in the drive-thru saying, "Welcome to Taco Bell, welcome to Hardee's, welcome to Burger King.
So,
can I take your order, please?"
You asked me if I've been to a fast food place. I've been to 2
that are using AI at the drive-thru.
Yes.
All right.
Wendy's uses the AI, and Checkers uses the AI.
Right.
And I've been to both of them in the last couple months, and it's weird. But you know what? They got the order right. I'm not hating on them.
Listen to this. This guy was so sick of ordering from an AI voice at Taco Bell. He ordered 1,000 waters.
All right, screw this guy. All right, what a prick. I mean, all right. I'm tired of ordering from a robot. I'm going to order 1,000 waters. Okay, tool.
Did he get him?
Confuse the system.
So if you confuse the system, it defaults to a person. May I take your order,
And that's the
please?
deal. So in order to get a real person, I've got this cough I'm trying to get rid of. So instead of suddenly I got this. It's cold. It's like when I breathe in, and the cold air makes me cough. And it happens once every year or once every year and a half. I get this for a couple of weeks, and it's like, what is this? What? Because I don't get sick very often, and I'm not sick, but right now I'm coughing, and if I breathe in in an air conditioned room or whatever, it's the cold that just makes me cough a little bit. But so this guy, sick and tired of dealing with the AI drive-through, and if you hit the AI speaker with a curveball, that's when it defaults to a real human, and that's how this guy's. Yes, I'd like 1,000 waters, please. And then the AI is going, does not compute. It's like shorting out, And then I guess it alerts a human inside to say, "Hi, can I help you?"
Yeah, but this guy sounds like a miserable hump. I mean, seriously, I'm so frustrated with ordering from AI. Here, put this video up, MJ. Here's a YouTube short that I saw a couple of weeks ago, which I thought was pretty
About
funny.
ordering it through AI at
Yes.
at Wendy's.
I think so.
Insurmountable obstacles.
All right, you got 19. Of course, Fester's got 19.
I can't hear it until it's put up on the air. You know that.
Fester says play this audio, but he's got 30 other windows opened up.
You know that I don't have a speaker. I can't hear my audio until we put it on the radio. You know that, right?
Just close the other tabs.
All right, they're important tabs too.
All right, go ahead, play it.
Let me refresh it here.
All right, go play.
Click play.
Welcome to Wendy's. What would you like?
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 cokes, 100 tater tots, 100 pizzas, 100 tenders, 100 meatballs, 100 coffees, 55 wings, 55 shakes, 55 pancakes, 55 pasta, 55 peppers, and 155 taters.
Can I take you there?
Sorry. Yeah, I'll just come in. Thanks.
So then you hear the real human voice.
May I take your order?
The real human voice. So if you totally overwhelm the AI, then it passes you off to a real human. Oh, but I thought the AI was so smart.
But you know what? It is smart.
Yeah.
When you're not, I'll order 1,000 waters. Whatever. All right.
All right. And then, speaking of drive-thrus, speaking of water, local story, Holiday. Do you think Holiday thought that song from Madonna was about them back in the early 80s? Holiday, Florida.
No.
off US 19 holiday.
Yeah, Madonna was originally going to sing a song called Elfers. Look it up.
Newport Richie. All right, so a holiday woman was arrested by the Pasco County Sheriff's Office. What did she do? They caught her on video throwing a water bottle at a 16-year-old drive-through worker because she was tired of waiting. She's in line waiting at Charlie's Cheesesteaks. Now, I've never been to Charlie's Cheesesteaks, but I've seen multiple locations around town.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like I've been to a Charlie's Cheesesteaks in like the mall food court.
How do you feel like it? How do you not know? I mean, do you eat so much food you don't even know what you've eaten?
You have no idea how much food I eat. I mean, I feel like it's been like a decade.
It's just another way for him to say he thinks or he believes.
So you're saying that Charlie's Cheesesteaks was like a mall court place that then turned into a freestanding?
There was one up at the International Plaza.
That's where I had it. International
Plaza. Oh, you're right. I do remember the sign.
Yeah. I've had it before. It's pretty good.
It's a good cheesesteak. I think, and now they have a couple of freestanding locations.
So I have seen Charlie's Cheesesteaks freestand. So they've moved out of the mall court model into freestanding out parcels.
They've expanded. Remember when Chick-fil-A was a mall model?
Oh, that's right.
You know,
yeah.
I mean, the companies expand. They get their footprint, Yeah,
you're right. All right, so Pasco County Sheriff's Office says that 28-year-old Brianna Zimmermaker, that's her name. 28-year-old Brianna Zimmermaker was waiting in line at Charlie's Cheesesteaks. Oh, and wings.
Yeah, I'm looking at their website right now, MJ. Everything looks good.
So it's Charlie's Cheesesteaks and wings. She's in the drive-thru at the location on US 19 and Holiday. She's waiting for 10 minutes. She starts to yell and curse, apparently, at the 16-year-old worker inside. Come on, 16-year-old. It's just a summer job. Come on. What are you hassling the kid for? So according to the Pasco County Sheriff's Office affidavit, Zimmermaker was tired of waiting, sped to the last drive-through window. So I would imagine they have the two windows, the pay window, then the pickup window. So drove to the last window and then confronted the 16-year-old worker. So Zimmermaker was yelling and cursing at the 16-year-old, grabbed a water bottle that was in her car, and according to the Pasco County Sheriff's Office affidavit, quote, maliciously threw the water bottle at the victim. What the hell? What? I mean, I can understand maybe you might have some words, but what would possess you? First of all, just calm down.
Yeah.
And if you are waiting a long time, have a freaking conversation to say, hey, what's taking so long for my order here? But what jacks somebody up to the level of I'm going to take a water bottle out of my center console and I'm going to beat the 16-year-old worker in the head?
I mean, come on. You know, people have pissy days and people are, irritable and they react like morons.
What would possess? Anyway, the woman's been arrested. Deputy said that the 16-year-old was slammed in the side of her head, left side of her head and face, after she tried to block the water bottle. So after the bottle was thrown, according to the deputies, Zimmermaker fled the restaurant, but the whole deal was captured on the drive-through surveillance footage. I guess they got her car make, they got the license plate number.
Yeah, you're under surveillance. You're under camera.
Yeah, and then, guess what? She was also arrested, not only charged with a battery, but also was charged with child abuse because she abused a child. 16 qualifies as child abuse.
Man, what's the world coming to? You can't beat up kids. You can't beat up old people.
What the hell are you saying?
If you smack an old person, suddenly that's a heightened crime, right?
What are you saying?
You can't beat up old people
yes,
anymore.
What do you mean, what is the world coming to?
Remember the good old days?
Oh,
smack a kid around, smack an old person around.
Just shut up.
No.
Just stop.
Oh, yeah, those are Mr. MJ, patron saint of the elderly over here.
I know that Fester's being facetious, but... you think you're being funny, and maybe you are.
Maybe I am.
But then we have 38 complaints going into big scary Ron, our general manager.
You know I love the complaints more than anybody.
Do you think that's a pretty unique name?
I love
what
Zimmermaker.
Zimmermaker.
Brianna Zimmermaker.
I've never heard the name Zimmermaker before. I've heard a lot of last names, folks, but that's the first time I've ever heard of Zimmermaker.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's not. Yeah, I've never heard it either. Zimmermans. I've heard Zimmermans. I've heard Zimmers.
She's a voiceover person in Newport Richie.
Get out of here.
Okay.
Get
Bye.
out.
See you later,
Whoa,
buddy.
whoa, what?
The violent person?
Hold on. You found her on what, like LinkedIn?
Yeah.
You have her.
Voices.com profile.
She does voiceovers?
Looks like it.
Brianna.
You look it up, Fester. You tell me.
Zimmermaker. We're going to make a star out of this one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wait a second. Is that her?
Is that her? Writer, translator, literary?
No, that's based in New York City. You got the wrong one.
I don't know. This is the internet. I'm sitting here
No,
searching.
that's Zimmerman.
Okay.
That's Brianna Zimmerman, not Zimmermaker.
Oh, well, look, Google defaulted to Zimmer.
Well, hold on. You want Zimmermaker.
Hold on. I'm trying. You see what I'm typing here? Brianna
Zimmermaker.
It's going to.
Well, first of all, you spelled Brianna. You have Brian Anna, and you don't have Brianna spelled right.
You think I'm going to stump Google on the Brian Anna?
Well, you did. It's Brianna, Briana.
Zimmermaker.
There you go. Brianna Zimmermaker. All right, so Michelle, read her LinkedIn profile.
Okay. Now I've already moved on. It's not her LinkedIn. It's a voices.com.
Voices.com. Here
She's a professional voice actor. Out of Newport Richie.
Yep.
So is Newport Richie near Holiday? I don't even know where these places are.
It's in
Holiday
Pasco
first.
County.
If you're heading north on 19, you got Holiday, then you get into Newport Richie, then Port Richie.
About Brianna.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Brianna. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Florida. I'm a very hardworking and experienced sales and customer service representative, and I like throwing water bottles at kids, especially little sons of bitches who work at cheesesteak places.
It doesn't say that.
Once I beat these charges, I'm going to go back there and kick her ass and her mama's ass. Oh, my God, this is so aggressive. Thank you for clarifying that it doesn't say that, MJ. Thank you. Because I only try to tell jokes around here.
She does note that she has excellent phone etiquette, and her communication skills are stellar.
Exactly.
So
if it's the same one,
right?
She's got excellent drive-through etiquette as well.
Does she have a demo?
Let's look at the portfolio.
She's available to read.
Oh, there
Guess
is.
what? She tried to demo the 16-year-old.
You want to hear her voiceover? You want to hear her sizzle reel?
Yeah.
MJ, put my audio up.
I do. I want to hear it.
Okay.
I'm still coughing over here.
I see that.
All right, go ahead.
All right, load.
You got you
doesn't
have more windows open.
I don't know until I play it. It's okay. It's loading.
It might take a while.
It's a crappy site. All right, it's working. She has a 22-second demo reel. That's not
No,
I don't know.
That's not what the 22 means.
I don't know what it means.
So it's not. It's
I don't know.
trying to play her demo, but it's not.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Maybe this is it. I don't know what the hell's going on.
All right, try to hit play. No, it's not playing.
It's not playing. All right. So anyway, we should reach out to her and hire her to do some MJ Morning Show rejoins.
Yeah.
I'll throw a water bottle at your head if you listen to any other radio show.
If it's the same person. All right, 8:42 at the MJ Morning Show. MJ, Fester, Michelle, and now we're up to the fart story of the day.
Yes.
Hadley, get it ready to go.
No, we do not need the fart.
I don't know. We haven't heard it yet.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Well, you don't even know the story yet.
She doesn't need to know the story. She needs to be on hot standby with fart sound effects.
This is funny.
All right, get them ready, kid.
So you've heard of golf. I'm not a huge golf fan, but I know like a lot of the big names out there. Scotty Scheffler.
He's the man. Wasn't he the guy that was arrested at some big tournament a couple of months ago or a year ago, like at the U.S. Open for like blowing through a police barricade?
Oh, is that him?
Yeah, I mean,
oh, that's right.
Scotty Scheffler's.
Oh, there was like an accident, and the police had like the intersection blocked off, and he like drove through the crime scene or the accident scene.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about golf, but he is like the man in golf.
Scotty Scheffler at the British Open yesterday hit a shot. And then something happened. You ready to hear this? Listen to the audio. Let's see. 40. What's that noise?
It's Hadley. Play it again, Had.
I haven't gotten to my. Let me do my story first.
Let MJ play his fart sound effect, and we'll play.
How about that? All right. So here we go.
Stop it,
Hadley.
Stop it. Stop making this bit funny.
All right. Here we go.
This is a great view of it here because so far above the green, downwind you can get onto this green, but
Downwind. Did you hear that?
What are you laughing about? There's so much to say about that shot. The sound off the club face. Oh, it's extraordinary. Let's stick to the golf.
So even the commentators saying, oh, what? They start laughing, and they're like, there's so much to say about that. Listen again. So you hear the shot.
Yeah.
And then the shot goes, there's quiet while they're watching where the ball is going after he, hits the ball, and then suddenly he squeaks one out. Listen.
What are you laughing about? There's so much to say about that shot. The sound off the club face.
So much to say about that shot.
Oh, it's extraordinary. Let's stick to the golf.
Extraordinary. Let's stick to the golf. Yeah. That's the ISO. So we're not making this up. This is famous golfer Scheffler, famous golfer Scotty Scheffler. This is the actual sound. That's it.
Wow.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Where are the microphones? Because did the audience not hear it?
No,
and
they
just the TV audience? Because the microphones are where?
So at these golf tournaments and a lot of these sports tournaments, they have like the audio folks or the cameras that are nearby have very sensitive shotgun mics. Or you've seen, for instance, on the sidelines at football games, you see the guys with like the parabolic acrylic clear, they look like giant salad bowls.
Yeah.
And they're parabolic mics to get like the helmets and the shoulder pads and to get the action on the field to get that audio. And that's what it was. You got audio, you have cameras and mics that are right near the green.
Yeah.
And they're aiming to get the sound of the ball. You want to get the swing of the and then the ball getting hit. And in that case, they picked up his.
It's a good mic.
So it was his. He did it.
Oh, he did.
Scotty Scheffler?
This is the golfer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wonder if that was
that's just. Come on, dude.
So his last name is Scotty Scheffler. Could be Scotty Charter.
Dude,
has he responded?
Big deal. The guy tooted. Big deal.
Go,
man.
Hadley.
It happens.
But listen, a lot of times you physically exert yourself. Like, listen, when I work out at the gym.
Yeah.
When I work out.
Shh, don't say
When I work out at the gym, there's one machine, which is the toughest machine in the place, at X Force Body. That's where Michelle and I work out a couple times a week.
Oh, you're talking about the old fart maker?
Well, you get on the leg press. Now, I have not done it, but I have heard stories that a lot of times a client will get on the leg press. They're sitting down. They're pressing a couple of 100 pounds, and
dude,
one will rip.
Let me tell you something.
They'll break some ass in there. You're pushing on those heavy plates.
I was kicked out of karate class because of farting. Dude, I used to get beaten up at the bus stop, like 6th grade, 7th grade.
Anyway,
and the old man sent me to karate classes. I was tooting all over that place.
Oh, Fester.
Every kick.
Right. That's funny stuff. Did you hear the shocking news about Stephen Colbert?
Yeah, he farted on set.
Yeah, we have that audio from last night. No, seriously. No, all kidding aside. So Stephen Colbert was informed on Wednesday that his show is being canceled. This is, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert on CBS. It comes on after your late local news at 11:35. And, of course, Colbert, he competes with Jimmy Kimmel. He competes with Jimmy Fallon, right? Those are the network shows. And apparently he was notified on Wednesday that they're canceling the show effective next May. So they're going to be able to do one more season of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. And I get he was like shocked, blindsided, apparently. So Colbert, he opens up the show Andrew, do you have a? Oh, here's the audio. So here's the. Let me play Colbert, and he opened the show with this last night. So I read about this beginning at like 6:30. Because they tape the show generally like 5:30, 6 o'clock. So as soon as the show taped, and word got out that unbelievably, Colbert announced that the show's been canceled. Then, it starts making the rounds. It starts hitting the wire services. So then, I don't watch Colbert at night. But last night I did. And I set my DVR to record this so I could get this audio. But it opened up cold at 11:35.
Oh, hey, everybody. We got a great show for you tonight. Senator Adam Schiff was my guest. We harmonized on 7 Bridges Road. What a voice. I cried. But before we start the show, I want to let you know something that I found out just last night. Next year will be our last season. The network will be ending The Late Show in May. And yeah, I share your feelings. It's not just the end of our show, but it's the end of The Late Show on CBS. I'm not being replaced. This is all just going away. And I do want to say that the folks at CBS have been great partners. I'm so grateful to the Tiffany Network for giving me this chair and this beautiful theater to call home. And of course, I'm grateful to you, the audience, who have joined us.
Wow. But there's something amazing here. The number of staffers that are also going to lose their jobs. Listen to this.
Every night, in here, out there, all around the world, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea. I'm grateful to share the stage with this band, these artists over here every night. And I am extraordinarily, deeply grateful to the 200 people who work here.
200 people work on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
That's a lot of people.
That's a big staff.
We get to do this show. We get to do this show for each other every day, all day. And I've had the pleasure and the responsibility of sharing what we do every day with you in front of this camera for the last 10 years. And let me tell you, it is a fantastic job.
So he started in September of 2015. He took over for David Letterman. Remember, David Letterman was over at NBC for years. And David Letterman did not get the Leno job. Oh, I'm sorry, did not get the Johnny Carson job. Right? It was
same thing.
They gave Leno, right?
They gave
Leno the Johnny Carson job in 93. So Letterman felt slighted by NBC that he didn't get the job that Jay Leno did.
Yep.
So Letterman jumped ship and started the Late Show on CBS because CBS did not have one of those late shows. So Letterman was on from 93 until 2015, and then Colbert has been on since 2015, and now it's 2025. It's 10 years, and they're going to end the show. They have one more upcoming season, which will put the show's end bye-bye on, May of 2026, and it's all over. And CBS is they're getting out of the late-night TV business, and they're saying it's cost-cutting. Listen, the media business is a whole different place. And I'll tell you right now, that enjoy the MJ Morning Show while you can, because right now our ratings are really good. We've been Nielsen rated number 1, 25 to 54 now for 3 months in a row. But the media business is shaky. It doesn't matter. They can fire us tomorrow. I might not be back. I mean, who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows what's going? We might be You never know. This business, the radio, TV, the media business is shaky as hell. And Colbert was the number 1 rated of the nighttime shows. Colbert was rated higher than Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon. And still, they're canceling the show.
I mean, 200 salary. I mean, he's millions and millions.
Right.
But, let's say the average salary is, $150,000 a year.
I wouldn't say that the average salary of the 200 employees are 150.
In New York?
No, it's not. Yeah.
Average 100.
I would
From
say,
executives
technical crew, probably 50s, 60s, 70s.
Okay, so let's say 75. Still, $20 million a year
Yeah.
in payroll plus the star.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
right.
so it's a $50 million a year show.
Well, and here's
expensive.
the thing. I was just looking at the New York Times. They posted a while back. The in 2018, all the 5 shows, like the Seth Meyers, Colbert, Jimmy, and who's the other one? There's someone else. They were making $439 million collectively in advertising.
Right, in ad revenue.
Last year, 220.
So
Cut
half.
in half.
Half, yeah.
Half. They can't, He
Yeah.
said whoever's running the show, they can't monetize.
Yeah,
They can't. But the names are still big, so it's like a a cultural issue for us because who doesn't still like Colbert or Jimmy and Jimmy or whatever? We want to see them, but
Who's the
you know.
British guy? Who's the fat British guy that just went away?
Oh, that's the other one.
James Corden.
Yeah, James Corden.
So they replaced James Corden with I think a female comic. They already, I think, didn't they already cancel that show?
I think so.
I think I was already gone. Anyway, folks, right now we are like Nielsen rated #1 in the market with the MJ Morning Show, but we're going to get fired.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. We're clearly getting fired any minute now. So enjoy this crap while you can. All right, 8:55 at the MJ Morning Show. An hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ has just ended. But we have an hour to go, folks. We're still going. We've got, I mean, you ought to see what I have. I think I've got the best material of the day coming up next here on the MJ Morning Show. Veterans Ford is waiting for you to walk through the door. Veterans Ford is waiting for you to walk through that door and say, I want the MJ deal. And when you do, no other Ford dealer in town is going to beat an MJ deal over at Veterans Ford. Oh, also, there's some great incentives right now. I mean, there's truly something for everyone right now at Veterans Ford. How about 0% financing on almost all models up to 72 months? How about rebates up to $7,500? If you'd like the idea of leasing your next vehicle, at Veterans Ford, there are lease specials on almost all new models with payments to fit every budget. SUVs, every size, Escapes, all the way to Expeditions. I almost said the Escapade. Yeah, the Ford Escapade. It's a Janet Jackson song. Ford Escapes to Expeditions, trucks of every size, Mavericks to F-150s, tons of Mustangs as well. So Veterans Ford, awesome deals right now, and then you ask for the MJ deal. You're going to love dealing with Veterans Ford, Linebaugh, and the Veterans Expressway, and tell them that MJ sent you. I do not want you to have a shabby, shoddy, horrific nightmare scenario situation with your moving company. That is why I can highly recommend twocollegebrothers.com. If you're looking for a smooth move, if you're looking for a great competitive price, but most importantly, a solid move from highly trained and background-checked staff, this is where Two College Brothers comes in. Raving fans are their business model. What does that mean? They want you, the customer, to be so happy that you will rave how good Two College Brothers Moving and Storage is. That's where the raving fan comes from. And raving fans leave raving good reviews. That's why Two College Brothers has over 1,100 five-star reviews. Mention me, MJ, get free moving boxes for your next move or anyone you know. It's twocollegebrothers.com, twocollegebrothers.com, the smartest move you'll ever make. 8:57, traffic's on. Here's Shriner, back in a minute, MJ. 9:02. MJ Fester, Michelle, MJ Morning Show, 104.7 FM, Q105. One other thing on the whole Colbert,
and that's another thing that I'm not sad about his show leaving.
Well, you'd rather it be pronounced Colbert?
No kidding.
The Colbert instead of Colbert. So one other thing on the Colbert cancellation, and I don't want to get too in the weeds here on the politics because we don't do politics on the show, but I would be remiss if I did not mention that there are conspiracies going around that Colbert, that show, very harsh on the president. Listen, a lot of these shows get very political. And that's one thing that when we brought the MJ Morning Show back, I said, I don't want to be political on this show. And we don't do a lot of the politics. So some big stories, big items, of course, we're going to make some mentions. But, these days with politics being so toxic, any way you slice it, you're going to piss off like 50% of the audience.
Yeah, it's a lose-lose situation.
We avoid, if you notice, we avoid the politics. There's so much vitriol and toxicity out there with the politics. That's why I gave up my afternoon show after 22 years. I walked away from hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars a year because I was just sick of it. I was tired of it. And I walked away because I didn't feel good. And the politics have gotten even worse since I dropped my show 2 years ago. And now I'm only working one full-time job a day. But on the political side of things, some are saying, well, this is conspiratorial because, CBS settled with Trump over the 60 Minutes deal for $16 million. And then Colbert said that his company was blackmailed by Trump. And then here's the cancellation. So some people are saying that this is, political. Also, you can't ignore the fact that the Skydance purchase of Paramount, and it needs to get FCC approval. And is there a political potential holdup of a major sale of CBS to Sky? I mean, there are numerous angles here.
Yeah, a lot of things going on. Colbert took his show to an extreme not a funny political. Mm-hmm. Johnny Carson was always funny politics, making fun of the president in a humorous way.
Right.
But he never grilled the president. He's not like the Daily Show would.
Right.
But that's where he came from. Colbert came from that Daily Show. That's where he cut his teeth.
True. That's true.
Skydance Media is set to acquire Paramount Global, and of course Paramount Global, that's the parent company of CBS. So
I don't know, when comedians think they're news reporters,
I think a lot of the late night shows just be funny,
just tell the jokes,
and
man.
A lot of them have just become very politically vitriolic.
Yeah,
and on both sides of the aisle too. But anyway, I just be funny, be entertaining,
tell you jokes.
If you want the political stuff, you know where to go for that. I think that they just should be funny, and that's why I decided to pretty much stay out of the politics with the return of the MJ Morning Show.
Which I really didn't agree with because I have a killer Biden impression that you never let me do. So, and
I'm going to show you the most unbelievable mugshot you've ever seen. Now, you're saying, well, hey, dumbass, this is radio. How are you going to show this to me? Well, I'm going to show this on...
Hey, dumbass. Hey, you're on the radio.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to see it?
All right, so I'm going to show it on MJTV, but we're also making this available on our website. Oh, by the way, I think I'm in trouble because I went off on our website yesterday because it looks like crap.
With whom? Who looks at our website and then listens to what you say and say, you're completely wrong?
Mm-hmm.
I sent well, hey, I'll get to that in a second. I'm not always the smoothest from a internal office politics scenario, but I'll explain that in a second. So this is awful. I'm going to show this on MJTV. I'm then going to have this posted on our website at mjmorningshow.com. Andrew, is it up? Thumbs up? All right, it's up. So it'll be on our website if you go to mjmorningshow.com, and I'm embarrassed. I really am. In fact, I'm going to read you an email in a minute about our website from a listener. And this is kind of what got me torqued off last night. And I sent, when you send an email and you write something and you don't think about it before you hit the send button? I did that last night.
Ooh.
All right, so Michelle's shaking her head at me. All right, this mugshot And I'm gonna give you guys the picture because I had Andrew actually print this out in color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Prosecutors drop charges against man accused of trying to kidnap child from school. What? From Aurora, Colorado, a man accused of attempting to kidnap an elementary school student during recess last year is expected to have his charges dropped. 33-year-old arrested, charged with attempted kidnapping in April of 2024. Solomon Galligan. All right, that's not why I'm doing the story. You've got to see this guy's mugshot. This as his this guy could be an extra in The Walking Dead, and there is no freaking makeup required. Fester, are you looking at this picture?
Oh my God.
Oh my God is right. Michelle, you got to look at this picture. This guy's picture is unfreaking believable. All right, Michelle, are you looking at this guy?
Yes.
If you'd have told me this was like a corpse found on the side of the road, like been dead for 4 days.
All right, I'm holding this up to MJ TV right now.
I don't know that it does it justice
I
anymore.
mean, look at this guy's mugshot. What the hell? This guy is a free. Am I accurate in saying that he could be an extra on The Walking Dead and he doesn't have to visit the makeup department for 10 seconds?
No, he'd be the star of The Walking Dead. He wouldn't be no extra. He'd be the main zombie.
I mean, his mouth is all crooked. His teeth are like coming out of one side of his mouth. His face. What is going on with this guy?
They can't find any other charges to put this guy together with?
Well,
Anyway.
he's not being released, just so everybody understands that, by the way.
So what's the story then?
He's being committed to a mental institution or a mental facility, which
good.
is it's a civil procedure. So once he's deemed mentally, because he's been deemed mentally incompetent,
Right.
so they can't release him, but they also can't try him, right? So they're gonna put him somewhere. Hopefully, I don't know for how
Anyway,
long.
if you want to see this guy, go to mjmorningshow.com. Go to my website, mjmorningshow.com. Scroll down to As Heard on the MJ Morning Show, and then you'll see the link or the picture of this guy's mugshot. It is unbelievable. It is as close to real human zombie that you've ever seen. I'm blown away.
It's like he's getting ready for Halloween.
Just speaking of our website, got an email right here. Came in from Dan.
Good old Dan.
Dan Salter.
Hey, Dan.
Dan writes.
I like guys named Dan. That sounds like a real man's name.
Dan writes.
Dan the man.
Can I read the freaking email?
Hey, I like guys named Dan.
All right. Dan writes, whoever put your website together should be ashamed.
Dan's got a point.
It would be better not to have a website than to have this catastrophe.
Dude, when I said that, you looked at me like I was crazy.
It looks like something that I could have built in 1993 blindfolded and on a juice fast for 2 months. Good Lord.
Okay, all right, Dan.
Our website is an abomination. So they changed the template a couple of months back, and I mean, this looks like some basic Java from 1995. I mean, it's really awful.
If you built a website using dial-up service, if you can remember back that far, yeah, this
like
is
AOL 2400.
Yeah, this is what you would have created. Hey, I built my first website. It took me 6 weeks.
Let me connect to the internet. Let me call 813-294. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
All the different local numbers that you dial to get onto AOL.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah, I don't know. So I fired off an email. I saw Dan's email, and I was all charged up, and I sent an email to our web department, Big Scary Ron, our general manager, Rick, our operations manager.
What do you want them to do about it? What do you think they're going to do about it?
Well, their management, we just need to just have some kind of palatable website other than what we have. Folks, I'm embarrassed. Do not go to mjmorningshow.com.
Yeah, under any circumstances.
Except to look at the zombie guy, but then delete it. All right? Oh, man. I'm probably going to get a talking to. I'm probably going to be called into HR for my email etiquette.
You know what? I mean, if you can appreciate our website as a joke, it's worth going. I mean, it's worth going to our website to see how bad it is. Because nothing we could say audibly over this microphone can do it justice for how poor it is. And you think we're jokers and we're kind of making it up. And like, oh, it can't be as bad as they say. It's worth going to mjmorningshow.com just to see how bad it is.
Mhm.
It is the worst website on the internet. I don't know that there's a worse one. I don't know if I've ever gone to a website in the last 3 years that is worse than this site here.
Anyway, it's a priority to try to get this thing fixed. Anyway.
It's like Head Wound Harry just got his GED in IT, and this is the first thing he popped out.
Do you think it's good to call the judge that's handling your case a whore?
What's their name?
No.
Is it like Judge Whore?
No.
Okay. Because, like, Your Honor, Judge Whore.
This is terrible.
I knew an HORR.
All right, can I do the story, please, Fester?
Billy Whore.
This happened right here in the Tampa Bay area. This is out of Clearwater. New charges being faced. Pinellas County deputies say that the individual, Andrew Buse, called the judge a derogatory name in court and then threatened to murder another judge. According to the arrest affidavit, Andrew Buse.
His name is A. Buse? First initial A?
You know what? His last name is B-U-S-E,
Yeah.
and his first initial would be A, so he would be Abuse.
Mr. Abuse?
Well,
Abuse.
He's verbally abusing the judge. So according to the arrest affidavit, this Andrew Buse was in the 6th Judicial Circuit Court a couple of days ago on July 12th and made derogatory statements toward 2 different judges.
What judges?
He was brought into the court from the Pinellas County Jail for an advisory hearing on a misdemeanor battery charge. While in court for that hearing, the arrest affidavit says that Buse called Judge Lorraine Kelly a whore. What? Dude, let me give you Judge 101, okay, pal?
Mm-hmm.
What a schmuck. Yeah, the judge appointed a public defender to take on Buse's case before ordering that he would be removed from the court. And then while he was in a secure location, after they took him out of the courtroom and they have him, in the back in like a holding cell, little lockup, in a secure area, apparently he then said, "I'm going to kill you, Judge McKighton." What the? I mean, this guy's a menace.
Let's put this guy away for a little while.
Anyway, just you're not going to get far by calling the judge a whore and threatening to murder another judge. Andrew Buse. That's a good observation there, Fester. That's a good pickup.
Yeah.
You roll out a skill every once in a while.
I'm funnier than the average bear, but not terribly funny.
Here on the MJ Morning Show. You ever appreciate the logistics that go into having to run an airline? If you have thousands and thousands of flights a day, how many flights like do an overnight versus flights that end up back at the home base so the pilot and the flight attendants get to go home? But you've got tons of flights that they're not at their home base. They end for the day. They have to be transported to a hotel. Can you imagine the logistics? I mean, you can't even really get a grasp of everything that has to be done. Keeping, like Delta has like 1,100, 1,200 planes, whatever. Keeping those planes flying all over the planet all day long. Same thing. American Airlines has a ton of airplanes. You're going to airports all over the globe. All the baggage, there's just all the catering. Then you've got your flight crews, all the scheduling. And then if you're flying to another city and they're not home for the night, then you got to be put up in a hotel. The shuttle van's got to pick you up. That's all this coordinated stuff. Listen to this. Oopsies. American Airlines obviously slipped something up because the scheduling department did not book hotels for the flight crew. They had to sleep in the airport.
Are they just sleeping on the floor next to the baggage belt?
Flight attendants at American Airlines were forced to sleep on the floor in airport concourses or on broken furniture and dilapidated crew rooms last weekend after American Airlines forgot to book hotel rooms after they, I guess, had some type of big disruption. Is that amazing? The Association of Professional Flight Attendants, which represents tens of thousands of flight crew members from the Fort Worth, Texas-based carrier American Airlines, slammed the airline over the serious oversight. Over the last few days, American Airlines has experienced significant irregular operations that have left many flight attendants stranded with no contact from the company, according to, I guess, some union spokesperson.
That's no good. You can't do that.
You get to your destination and there's no hotel room booked, and you're a flight crew. You got to sleep on the floor at the airport. That's nuts.
I mean, usually it's a pretty seamless transition. You get off the flight, you know where you're going, you get your accommodations.
I thought the flight crews, they have like printouts, or they can access like an app on their phone, and it usually has their whole schedule. They're flying from A to B to C to D, and then they're going to terminate for the day at location D, and then they're staying at the so-called hotel. Yes, Michelle.
It's because of the weather. So when the weather delayed or canceled other flights, then crews were sort of left, I don't know, discombobulated, like, in places where they shouldn't have been. And so that's what just happened. It sort of snowballed, and they weren't, for whatever reason, this crew was left somewhere, and the booking division of American Airlines was overwhelmed.
Says they forgot to. This story says they forgot to book hotel rooms when flight crews, I guess, had their schedules disrupted.
I think there's more to it than just forgot.
You know what? I don't want to get on the plane the next morning and find out that my captain and first officer slept on the floor or try to jimmy through the armrests while sleeping in the gate area bench chairs. I don't want to find out that they had a miserable night's sleep as they're about to fly me on a 737 to Oklahoma City.
This is your pilot speaking. We're going to fly from Tampa to Oklahoma City.
My back's all cricked.
I cannot move a muscle. My back is tighter.
Yeah, don't say anything, please.
It's tight.
Just stop right there. Stop right there. Oh, and speaking of air travel, that Indian Airlines 787 that crashed.
Oh, Fester, have you seen this?
Yeah, this is getting messy.
I saw the crash.
Yeah,
What's the new
news?
news?
The last couple of days. This has been brewing. Actually, even earlier this week, the story came out that the captain turned off fuel switches. The most critical phase of flight. Takeoff is the most critical. Second would be landing. The most critical phase of an airplane taking off is takeoff.
So he sabotaged the flight?
Yes, it really appears this way. I mean, this is so disturbing. I mean, what if you have a psychotic, a mentally ill, broken in the head pilot? And there have been numerous stories like this over the years. But the story kind of came out earlier this week that the right below the throttle, the throttles on the 78 and most of the commercial airliners, you've got the throttles for the engines, and then right below you've got these fuel switches that you turn the switches on and it has fuel flow from the tank to the jet engines to obviously power the airplane. And like 30 seconds into flight, I mean, they just taken off. I mean, just lifted off, just rotated. They're climbing out, and the pilot, the captain, turns off the fuel switches. And the fuel switches are toggles, but you can't bump them accidentally. You know those toggles that you got to pull them up and then move them up or down?
Yeah.
That's the kind of switch this is. And the captain turned both fuel switches off, fuel starvation for the engines. So suddenly at the most critical point of flight, when you're trying to get lift to take off, to climb, he cuts them off. Then on the cockpit voice recorder, apparently, one of the pilots says, "Why'd you turn off the fuel?" And then the pilot says, "I didn't turn off the fuel." So it's a conversation between the captain and the first officer. And now apparently it's been determined that it was the captain that sabotaged this flight to deliberately crash the airplane. So they turned the fuel back on, but it was too late because the engines there's not enough time for the engines to spool back up.
They take time to ramp up.
And they had no lift. They had no power to climb out at the most critical phase. And that's why this plane crashed 40 seconds after lifting off the runway. It's looking like the pilot deliberately crashed this plane. And then we find out that apparently he had mental issues, that he had depression, mental issues. And my God, why was he flying this? And if you got mental problems, listen, take yourself out. Why the hell would you take out like 260 other people? And then the medical school students on the ground where the plane crashed into a dormitory.
Yeah, just awful all the way around.
Oh, my God. But you know what? There have been, multiple, like 2 come to mind. I know there are more. But I know that there are a couple that I remember of, like, pilot sabotages. There was a famous crash, Egypt Air. It was a Boeing 767-300, and this was back in 1999. And one of the pilots was suicidal, and I think it was either the captain or the first. I can't remember which one it was, but one was out of the cockpit and locked the door, locked them out, and then nosedived the airplane into the Atlantic. So was that leaving JFK? It might have been leaving. So it was leaving the U.S. back to Cairo, Egypt, and that was 1999. And they crashed a Boeing 767-300 into the Atlantic. And that was intentional. That was suicide. And then, do you remember the German Wings plane where the co-pilot crashed the plane into a mountain and he had mental problems? That was German Wings, which owned by Lufthansa.
I'd be lying if I knew all of the plane disasters.
Those are just 2 examples of pilot suicides. Okay. And now looks like it's a third one here that with this Air India. Holy, because also it puts Boeing in a bad light. And Michelle, what did I say when we first heard about this crash? What did I say right off the bat?
I don't remember. You say so many things.
I said that I bet you there was nothing wrong with that Boeing 787.
Yeah, you did. I remember you did say that.
I said, I bet you there was nothing wrong with that airplane.
Well, because you can look at the flaps, the wings, you know a lot about it. And both you and Julian kind of looking at it, you're like, kind of all the stuff that should be happening is happening, or the things that shouldn't be happening are sort of present. So, like, you were already analyzing it from that.
There's never been
you have knowledge.
There's never been a 787 crash, and I said I bet you there was nothing wrong with that airplane. Yeah. And now it turns out it looks like the pilot committed suicide and killed like 260 something other people along with him. Awful.
Yeah.
All right, 9:24 at the MJ Morning Show. All right, last segment's coming up. We'll get unserious again. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, last segment coming. We got a lot of stuff in the final segment. We always do. I don't save like crappy stuff to fill time. It's all killer, no filler. So what do I have coming up? Oh, you know what? I've got the feel good story of the day.
We could use that right about now.
I've got the feel good story of the day coming up in just a bit. Here on the MJ Morning Show. Oh, and I'm kind of fascinated by something that is going to happen in cinema. I'm fascinated by a new movie that's coming out in a year.
Oh, are you?
And, well, I can't believe it. But they've come up with a whole, this is like brand new to the movie business. We haven't seen this before. Mm. So what the hell am I talking about? You'll find out next on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. How'd you like to... 9:32 at the MJ Morning Show, and the final chunk of the week here on the broadcast. I would also make a move to follow me on Instagram if you don't. Certified MJ Radio. Why? We're going to take a little time off after this show. We really haven't done a summer vacation. And, you know, Michelle and I and the kids were really not doing a summer vacation. You know, got to go, see my dad. We're going to all go see dad over on the other side of the state for a few days. And then, we got to get Chloe ready for law school. So, this is the first time in a long time, Michelle, that we haven't done an actual, summer vacation anywhere with the family.
No, we didn't do one last year.
Oh, we didn't?
I don't think, and maybe even the year before.
I think you went scuba diving somewhere, but it wasn't a family trip.
Yeah, I've taken some. Yeah, and Michelle she won't let me forget that when I do my solo scuba trips. You know what? I needed to marry a woman that was a scuba diver also. That would have that would have made things just a whole lot more easier.
It's not too late.
Yep, not too late.
Whole lot more easier. Whole lot easier.
Yeah. Why don't you use some correct grammar over there?
Yeah, I will. 9:34 at the MJ Morning Show. I have the feel-good story of the day.
All right.
Now, while I appreciated the effort that went into Superman, and it wasn't a bad movie, it wasn't my kind of film. I'm not really into the superhero, and it's very formulaic for me. And the same old midair fights with the good guy and the bad guy, and they get thrown into a building, and the building falls over, and it's just Superman again was not bad. I saw Superman with Michelle and Julian a couple of days ago at the IMAX at the Veterans 24, and they enjoyed the movie more than me. Again, I wouldn't dissuade anyone from going to see the movie. It's just not my cup of tea. However.
Mm-hmm.
Many will say that the actual star of the movie is the dog. Now, is that dog real or was that AI? Was that the...
I think it was AI.
Yeah, I mean, it had to be.
I mean, it had the same ear flop at almost every... I meant to ask Julian, was there a real dog at some point and then they used AI to, create that image in other scenes? I wasn't sure.
Calling Julian right now. Oh, and a milestone happened at our house yesterday. I have breaking news, massive milestone at my house yesterday. I'll get to that in just a second. Julian. Good morning. Hey, the dog in Superman, was that dog a real dog or was that like AI or CGI or what was the deal with the dog?
I'm pretty sure CGI.
I don't think the dog was real, but they did a nice job with it. Can you find something? Hey, Michelle, are you looking up, was the dog in the new Superman movie real, or was it
So Hadley,
computer-generated
Hadley
imagery?
just done some research.
Okay.
And Hadley's coming back with, what is it, Hadley? The crypto dog was completely CGI, right?
Yes, Crypto. Yes, Crypto, the Superman dog in the new Superman movie is entirely CGI.
Yeah. I mean, it did look a little CGI to me, but it was really, really good. So, but guess what? In the movie, the dog was presented as an adopted dog.
Yeah.
And guess what? The Superman movie, just out for a very short time, just like a week now. Apparently, dog adoptions are going through the roof nationwide.
That's good.
And see, I told you, it's the feel-good freaking story of the day.
Yeah.
After, Indian pilots,
we get it.
Not going to have another dish of curry because they're crashing the plane into the ground. After that, I've got a feel-good story that dog adoptions across the United States are up, and they're attributing it to after just a week of the new Superman movie. So I thought that was fantastic. Hi, Julian. What about the milestone at our house yesterday? The breaking news. What happened at our house yesterday that is significant in our lives?
Well, as you know, guys, I ripped out the dishwasher yesterday, and we put in a new one.
Yeah, so we finally got a new dishwasher yesterday. Yeah, I gotta shout out the good guys at Famous Tate.
Yeah, man.
So Michelle does like this extensive dishwasher research. Our original dishwasher from our house, and we took occupancy of the house. We moved in July 4th weekend of 2005. So 20 years in the house. Our dishwasher, which was an ASCO, lasted for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
So now, purchasing a new dishwasher in 2025, Michelle does extensive dishwasher research and finds that the dishwasher that she wants is a Bosch. So Michelle's like, I got to have the Bosch Benchmark series. And so it's got all the features she wants. So then I go to order the dishwasher from Famous Tate, and they're back ordered. They're made in Germany. There were like none in the country, or very few, and it was going to be at least 30 days to get the new dishwasher. And this is after we've been without the dishwasher working properly for how long?
Since just after Thanksgiving.
So you're doing dishes for hand for almost like 9 months?
Yeah. You know what? It's good for the kids.
Yeah, that's right.
I make them dry and put them away.
And when the kids aren't home.
About time my little bastard kids did some work around there.
You don't go through a ton of dishes when it's just the two of you.
Exactly. So that's why I wasn't really worried about it.
So Michelle identifies this dishwasher, a panel-ready dishwasher, where you have the cabinet face goes on the dishwasher. So it's a certain dishwasher, and Michelle's got to have this one. And, of course, this is the one that there are none in the country. So shout out to Famous Tate. So we deal with a guy named Julian, actually, over at Famous Tate. And, he even called like the Bosch distributor representative.
Called the rep.
And he's like, yeah, man, I'm sorry. It's going to be like 30 days at least to get this dishwasher in house. And unbelievably, less than a week after he tells me that it's going to be 30 days, get a call from my installer and says, it's in. So we don't know how, but it unbelievably, it showed up. Mm-hmm. The Bosch SHV 9PCM3N is the model number. And it's installed. It is working. We now have a real dishwasher. I didn't want no purple dishwasher.
It's not purple.
No dishwasher.
I didn't order no purple dishwasher. So we do have our new dishwasher installed, thanks to Alan, the installer, who did a wonderful job. Had to do a little surgery under the cabinet, but it's beautiful. Michelle, are you happy? You now have your benchmark Bosch dishwasher.
I ran it for the first time last night, and it seems to have functioned perfectly.
Yeah. Even has this little projector that projects how much time is left on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think that feature's been around for a while, but not when we had our original dishwasher in 2005. Anyway, so breaking
slightly
news.
Unnecessary.
All right. Julian, anything else you want? What's unnecessary?
Listen, I don't need a projector on my dishwasher.
Yeah.
I want it to show movies. So right now, it just shows like how much time is left.
Mm-hmm.
It projects onto your floor underneath the dishwasher, like how many minutes are left in the cycle. I want to play movies. Can I run Netflix on this thing?
Yeah, right? Let me hook up my Paramount Plus account.
Yeah. All right. Julian, we'll see you in a bit, okay?
All right, are we still doing lunch?
Yeah, we can do lunch. Absolutely.
All right,
Little
awesome.
family lunch on a Friday. Absolutely. I think it sounds good.
Perfect.
All right.
All right, bye.
All right. 9:41 at the MJ Morning Show. But no, that's great news that adoptions are up. So if you're looking for a dog, hit the shelter. Find a local animal shelter and adopt a dog and assist with this increase in adoptions. They say thanks to Superman and the crypto dog. Speaking of movies, I hated this when I had to read it in 8th grade, man. This was the most tedious crap. So I got to be honest. Like I'm not lured into, oh, I got to see this movie because I remember how miserable I was. I remember how tedious this was when I had to read this in 8th grade English. Holy crap. I'm scarred. I'm still stained. I'm damaged. I'm damaged goods because of this. Do you know what I had to read in 8th grade that was just so freaking tedious and ponderous and boring? You know what? Don't say a word. Let's see if our listeners know. So there are a couple of usual suspects. I suspect maybe a couple of other names are going to pop up. You know, someone might get it right off the bat. What did we have to read like in English, 7th, 8th, 9th grade?
Oh, man.
That I'm about to morph into because I don't want to give too much away. I might have already done it. So let me grab some calls here. 800-990-1047. What am I talking about that I had to read in 8th grade English at Independence Junior High School in Virginia Beach, Virginia? What did I have to read that to this day, in 2025, that was back when I was 14 years old. I was 14, and I'm scarred today at 59. 800-990-1047. What standard, typical literature, what piece of work did I read that I am so, it was miserable? All right, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. I'd like you to take a guess because that's going to then launch into one of my items here. Hi, good morning, MJ Morning Show. Let's grab line 1. Mike in Tampa. What do you think it is?
I'm going to guess The Great Gatsby because your animals are the Gatsby the dog.
It was not The Great Gatsby.
Not The Great
No,
Gatsby.
it was not.
Well.
In fact, I happen to like The Great Gatsby. So that
It's
is
good, but it is a trudging story.
I like that one though. So Great
It is good.
Gatsby.
It's not bad.
That's incorrect. All right, opens a line. 800-990-1047. What standard English class literature that we had to read in junior high or high school just completely scarred me, and I was miserable? Lisa in Wesley Chapel, which piece of work am I talking about?
Lord of the Flies.
No, that was no. That was like the books like The Outsiders and a lot of those books. I had to read Alas Babylon. I remember all those little books, like regular books that we read.
How did the book scar you?
Well, it was. I told you it was. Lisa, thanks for the call. It was just tedious. It's more literature than one of the books that we tend to read.
Okay,
one of the classics. But this is more literature.
Okay.
Sean in Lakeland, what is it?
Great Expectations.
You know what? That is number 2 on my list.
Really?
Yeah. Oh God, that was awful.
It is terrible.
Oh my God, the Great Expectations. That is the number 2 most horrendous, tedious, boring pile of slop. Listen, you got Great Expectations, Canterbury Tales. Not a fan of any of those. But, Sean, you're dancing around it. You were almost there. That's my number 2 horror story. All right. Thank you, Sean.
All right, well, happy Friday. God bless you all.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. Happy Friday to you. All right, Chris in Tampa. Do you know the piece of work to this day that scarred me as misery?
Under the Greenwood Tree.
No. What is that? What the hell is that?
That's an old English book which really sucked, and I had to read it in 8th grade, and to this day I'm behooved.
That wasn't it. Come on, you got to get it. All right, let me grab Memphis in Tampa. I wonder if there's a Tampa in Memphis. What do you think?
Maybe there is. There's a Tampa in Kansas.
Memphis, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi. I say that it was The Old Man on the Sea. That was the most terrible book.
It was not. Again, this is more literature. All right.
Okay, all of these books that people are mentioning are characterized as literature. What are you saying?
Yeah, I mean, these are all literary works.
This is more classic literature.
They're all classic, too.
All right, Jose in Lakeland, do you know?
Of Mice and Men.
No, not Of Mice and Men.
Okay,
Thanks for guessing.
You should give a better clue.
No, it's a standard.
It's not.
Okay, so this summer, Hadley's going into 8th grade. We have to read.
Don't.
Let me see.
Hold on a minute. Don't say it yet. Tyler in Tampa. Tyler, can you guess?
Yeah, I think it's Beowulf. I had to read that.
Nope. Not that. Thank you for calling. Laura in Holiday, what piece of classic literature?
Little Women?
Nope.
You're like the crappiest Barnes & Noble employee right now.
Yeah.
People just spitting out literary classics. You're like, no.
Because I'm looking for a particular one, and this is going to lead into a story. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Mary in St. Pete, what is it?
Macbeth?
No, not Macbeth.
But you're getting closer.
Is that the kind of genre you're looking for?
Yes, it's getting. And even
Can I just say
Is
this?
it a Shakespearean work?
No, but it is a
not.
poem.
All right. It's long and tedious, though. All right. April in Clearwater. April, what is it?
Now I'm thrown. I was going to say Where the Red Fern Grows.
Nope.
Ooh, that's another good one.
Nope. Thank you, April.
What a red fern. The red fern grows.
Rob in Clearwater. Rob, go ahead.
Well, if it's a poem, how about Paradise Lost?
No.
Oh.
Nope.
But you're getting close.
All right. Susan in St. Pete. Go ahead, Susan.
Hey, it's Animal Farm by George Orwell.
Nope. I did read that. I read 1984, and I had to read Animal Farm as well. Kim in Valrico, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hello, The Odyssey?
Yes, finally.
God.
Yes. Homer's The Odyssey. Oh, my God.
Oh, it was brutal.
It was brutal. Oh, my. It was the worst. Oh, and, of course, now Christopher Nolan, the famous filmmaker Christopher Nolan, is turning The Odyssey into a
movie.
A major movie, which comes out next summer. Hey, great guess, Kim. Thank you.
Dude, that's like...
You're welcome.
All
Have
right.
a good day.
You too.
That's like prehistoric literature.
Oh, my God.
You're like classic literature.
Now, tell me, O muse, of that ingenious hero who traveled far and wide after he had sacked the famous town of Troy. Many cities did he visit,
Michelle,
and many
please
were the
stop.
nations
Stop.
with whose manners
Stop.
and customs he was acquainted.
Stop!
Doesn't that just invite you to read more? I mean, come on.
Oh, God. All right, so Christopher Nolan, recently of Oppenheimer fame and that phenomenal movie. So Christopher Nolan has taken on The Odyssey. And this like massive blockbuster Hollywood epic of massive proportions is supposed to hit the screens next July. I think it's like July 17th or 6th, next year.
Yes.
So next summer. But listen to this.
Yes.
They're already selling tickets, and some of the pre-show sales, some of the theaters are already sold out a year from now. So this is new. Hollywood hasn't done this. The movie business hasn't done this. Pre-selling tickets a full freaking year out to go see Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey.
It's a brilliant idea. I mean, you're playing cruises a year out. You plan, things that long out.
Mm-hmm.
Why does Julian have tickets
You know what?
yet?
I think they ought to start selling the new Medea movies a year out.
Okay.
Somebody would buy it.
Yeah.
No, they wouldn't.
Somebody would. Somebody would.
I think you have to understand, Christopher Nolan is very committed to the IMAX format. right? And he films it in IMAX, and
Yeah.
he really encourages you to go see the film in that true IMAX theater, which there are very few in the country. So when they release these tickets, I mean, people who are fans of either, film or Christopher Nolan or any of the actors who are in it, we have a great roster of actors in this movie. So, people want to go see the movie.
Right.
There's a heightened sense of excitement for it.
All right, before we get out of here, yesterday we did the Annabelle doll, and this is nuts. So the paranormal investigator, Dan Rivera, who died, and he was like the handler for the Annabelle haunted conjuring doll, the Raggedy Ann thing. Now they're all pissed off, and they're ripping folks that are saying that his death is related to the doll. I don't think the death is. It's just weird and coincidental and creepy.
They
that
don't think it's because of the doll?
Yeah, he was traveling with the creepy haunted doll, and then the last stop in Gettysburg, he dies at 54. And now his friends are saying, it had nothing to do with the doll. Well, I tend to agree with that. Oh, this is important. I got to get this on. I've had this for like 2 days now, and I don't want to go on vacation without doing this. This story about Sharon Brightwell. Did you see that she was duped with a fake AI voice who made her believe that it was her adult daughter that was in trouble and she had to pay out $15,000, and then someone came to her house to get the $15,000, and then after they realized that she was a sucker and an easy mark, that they went back to get more money from her? This is a terrible, terrible story. But this woman, here, and I hate to put it this way. I mean, I'm sure she's a very, very sweet woman, but she was determined to be, I guess, an easy mark. And she was scammed. Listen, she's the victim here, 100%. And I really do feel bad for this woman, Sharon Brightwell. And I saw a commercial, or I saw a news story rather, on one of the local channels. I think it was Channel 8.
Yeah.
And she got interviewed, and these cyber crooks used AI. They must have gotten a sample of her daughter's voice somehow. They used AI to then clone the voice, and suddenly she thinks that her daughter's in trouble.
There is nobody that could convince me that it was not. I know my daughter's cry. Even though she's an adult, I still know my daughter's cry.
Wow.
Bond will be at $15,000. I said, you've got to be kidding me. Anyway, he said, no, ma'am. I said, okay. He says, can you do that? I says, not really, but yes, I'll do whatever I have to do for my daughter.
So they cloned her daughter's voice through AI. She thinks that her daughter's in trouble. Bond was set at $15,000. They sent someone to her house with the whole story. Oh, we're going to make it easy for you. We're going to send someone to the house.
It makes me sick that anybody so evil could do this. And this is this AI, because nothing could have convinced me that that was not my daughter's voice.
Folks, be careful. I mean, the scams are so elaborate these days. Don't be victimized. I'm sure that Sharon Brightwell's a very sweet woman, but, they duped her, and they determined that she was an easy mark somehow. Please learn from her horrific experience and don't get duped. No sheriff's office, police department, no federal agency is going to demand that you got to give them money at your front door.
Yeah.
I mean, that's number one. Folks, have a great weekend. We're going to take a few days or maybe a little more off. We'll have great best ofs. You won't even know that we're not here. So we'll see you soon live. It's the MJ Morning Show on Q105, and let's be careful out there.
Hear the latest MJ Morning Show podcast on the Q105 app, powered by Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
It's here, it's now. It's officially time for Zero Rez's annual summer sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all